Hey, fuck you, Mad Dog. Fuck you, Mad Dog. All right? Just saying. Oh, no, not slick. Yes, everybody, and welcome to High on Homegrown, the cannabis podcast from PersisGrowroom.com. I am Macky from the UK, and joining us this week, we have Billy Bonds.
Hello, good evening, and welcome.
Nice.
That's about it, really.
Very
That's about it,
succinct.
really.
I like it.
Thank you, Billy. We also have John. What are you saying, John?
Yeah, I'm here. It's Minnesota weather. Fall is here. Winter's coming. It's getting cold. Make sure you bring your stuff in.
Indeed. We also
Me and
have
Windows got
Margaret.
something in common, then.
Yes, we do have me.
Yes,
And
we have Margaret.
also, like John, darkness descends. Winter is coming.
Mhm.
Christmas is around
See,
the corner.
told you. Me and Winter got
It's
something in
triggering
common.
words for me, that whole winter is coming, because I watched Game of Thrones, and
Yeah,
for
we all
like
did.
6 seasons, they went on about winter is coming, and the Dark Army and all that shit, and then it was just one episode, half of an episode. You spent 6 seasons going on about this shit like it was going to be something big, and it wasn't. It just ended terribly. Spoiler
That's every
alert.
Canadian winter season. There you go.
Yeah,
Right,
basically.
But also, before we go on more tangents, we also have special guest today, Chad Westport. What's up, bro?
Woo!
Woohoo!
Chad
Party on,
Westport
guys.
growing some weed.
Remember to
Yeah, oh, where's my
comb your
thing?
hair, brush your teeth,
Shit.
stay
Hold
in
on.
school.
Oh, it didn't work.
Oh, there we go.
Damn
worked
it, man.
enough.
I can't run the soundboard for shit.
It never works. We've tried
Everything's
it so
going
many
wrong
times.
today.
Listen,
It's crazy.
it's all fucked.
Wow.
Yeah.
What the hell is
November
happening?
2nd.
What
Yeah.
type of special is
found
Chad, though?
it.
Is he like the push trolleys around a supermarket special, or special?
So, like Bubbles special.
I rode a medium bus.
Okay,
Okay.
that says it all.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Thanks for joining us, Chad. It's going to be a fun show. We didn't do the proper show last week. We had a Halloween special. So now maybe we're a little bit rusty. Maybe that's what it is.
Could
Yeah,
be.
that's probably it.
It's probably it.
Yeah.
At least I pressed
Yeah.
record. At least there's that.
Yay.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
job.
And it's the end of Sober October, everybody. We had a good session yesterday to celebrate
missed
the
it.
Sober
So mad.
October being over. Yeah, it was good session as well. Wasn't it, Billy? You were there.
Hmm.
Silence.
It's like,
Like
Thanks,
maybe I
Billy.
was. Maybe I
Battlefield.
wasn't.
Well, I was coughing, so it's either
Oh.
me coughing down the mic or silence. It's up to you, really.
Oh.
I mean,
What do you want?
okay.
Do you want
We
me
were just-
to listen?
We were just saying how good the session was yesterday.
Yeah, it weren't bad actually. He's all right, I suppose.
Yes. Christ.
God damn. But yes, everybody, thanks for joining us. We got the cannabis news and events to be talking about later on. And we also
Mhm.
have the grow guides as well. So lots to be covering in this episode. We should have a quick look at some of the news articles we're covering. We have 5. 1 news article per panel member today. It's going to be nice. And there's been this huge bust in the UK, allegedly. And the title is UK cannabis supply could be hit by massive find in former casino. They found a huge cannabis grow. You want to see the size of this thing? We'll discuss that in just a little bit. Billy has for a significant variation in standards found across UK medical cannabis pharmacies as ACMD review call closes. Yeah, weird. We'll see what they're
Yeah.
talking about there. Probably how one group of people do shit weed and the other group of people do really bad weed. I don't think the variations are, there's no good stuff. Margaret saying Alternaleaf launches UK's first women's health cannabis service. Sexism. Just saying. Just saying.
I'm gonna have to
Scientists.
defend that position, Macky, later.
When we get
to
there,
that.
when we get there, we'll do it. We'll do it. John has for us, scientists develop new glossary of marijuana aromas that industry could use to better inform consumers. So, just
How about it?
different, like baby sick, dog shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, moldy
What? Yeah.
cheese.
Mhm.
Gym socks.
Yeah,
Yep, Jim's
oh,
damn it.
don't
Chad,
mention
we
socks,
told you.
Chad. Fuck. And then from Chad, we also have
Oh.
cannabis and older adults. 5 things medical experts want you to know. There we go. That's what the article's going to be covering. And we'll talk about the grow guides when we get there in a little bit. But how's everybody's week?
Yeah.
Chad, did you do anything for Halloween?
You know what? We actually did. We went up an hour and a half away to the closest movie theater, and it's the 40th anniversary of Back to the Future.
Oh,
So we got to be
sweet.
old school.
Oh,
It was fun. And by the time we came out of the movie, up here, a lot of, kids and families, they do trick or treating in the mall. So as we exit the movie
Yeah.
theater, it's just Halloween extravaganza. Everybody in costumes, kids running around. It was pretty freaking awesome.
See,
nice.
this is one of those things when it comes to Back to the Future. It was a big plot hole, man, because he goes back in time to 1955. But can anybody remember the date, the month?
No.
November 5th.
Oh.
No,
I only
no.
saw it the other day.
Wasn't it October 24th or something like that?
October 26th is where he came from. October 26th, 1985.
Right. Because there's no Halloween decorations anywhere at that time of year.
Whoa.
There's Halloween decorations everywhere. Why were there no Halloween decorations in the
Can-
movie?
You just blew my freaking mind. Can I share something else that's probably show appropriate?
Let's go.
In
'Cause
the-
it's
Yes,
appropriate
please.
for this show.
So in the opening, kind of the opening scene, him and his girlfriend are sitting on the park bench with the clock tower behind him. Everybody
Mhm.
remembers the scene. And the dad comes and picks up the girl. And Michael J. Fox is standing there in the background. There's a movie theater. Does anybody know what it said on the reader board? It
No,
said-
but when you say it.
Orgy, American style.
No way.
Okay.
The
Okay.
things, the details you notice when it's on a big screen is amazing. And that is
Aw.
one thing that I never noticed and was a little shocked at, but you just trumped that with the freaking Halloween decorations. My day is
Yeah.
ruined.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry about that, Chad. I
Yeah.
didn't intend for that outcome. Sorry about that. But damn, yeah,
Oh my
good
goodness.
movies though. Good movies. And I haven't
Yes,
watched
yes.
Back to the Future with my boy yet, so I'm gonna get that out soon. We're gonna watch those movies, but we're gonna watch all three. That'd be
There
fun.
you go.
'Cause he hasn't seen them yet.
They're timeless. Timeless
absolutely.
movies.
No pun intended. You know what I'm saying?
That's all right.
Oh,
Yeah, classic. Did you see? And to go on a quick tangent again before we go on to the news here, but they released the 40th anniversary Back to the Future watch. Casio did. Did you see it?
Cassio's
Not-
still around.
Proper 1980s style watch, man, and it's got buttons on it and shit. It looks like the keypad in the DeLorean.
Oh, the
Yeah.
calculator or whatever.
Yeah,
or what?
yeah, really
Like
nice,
that?
really cool. Yeah, I tried to
Does
get one,
anybody
but it
wear
was
watches
just
anymore?
sold. Of course, gentlemen wear
Yeah.
watches, John. Gentlemen wear watches.
Yeah,
All
right.
real hard workers don't. That's what I'm saying. I worked
Gentlemen are not
construction
hard
for
workers,
years,
John.
man.
Yeah, if that's not a gentleman job,
Yeah,
that's
thanks-
a grinder.
thanks-
That's a
thanks,
grafter's
Macky.
job. Yeah, you don't wear a top
We were
hat
over classes.
on the construction
I
site.
do.
you?
Look at me.
No, I'm British. What can I say?
Pilgrims did.
But yeah, man, who wears watches? This is a poll we should have in the chat.
Yep, do it.
Do you wear a shoot? Yeah, I'm going to quickly do it because it would be interesting to know the outcome of that poll. Let's quickly make
I
a poll,
do
everybody.
like to wear
Don't
a
worry.
watch.
I'll edit this
Do you
out.
wear
I
a watch
do
on your
shit
left hand or
that's
your
like
right hand?
Left,
Or your
left
arm?
hand.
Are you left-handed?
Arm.
Are you?
It's a wrist, bro. What are you talking?
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been wearing them wrong, Billy. You wear a
No, I wear it on the
watch.
left.
Yeah, left.
Yeah,
If
mine's
you're
on the left.
right-handed, aren't you supposed to wear them on the left?
Yes, left. Yeah,
I
you're less.
would, yes.
You're less dominant hand, apparently.
Yeah.
Yes.
straight
Okay,
down.
listen.
Because your other hand goes into your pocket for everything. And if you have the
Right.
wrist
Right.
or the watch on that wrist, it's going to be a
Yeah.
problem.
Exactly. It's on the non-dominant
No.
hand.
So put
Okay.
do you wear a watch? Yes, left means less on your left hand. Yes, right, which means yes on your right hand, and then no, because I don't need to specify if you don't wear a watch on your
No.
left or your right hand. So only 3 options here. Let's do it.
Yeah, but if I wear a watch
mean-
on my left hand, that means I don't wear a watch on my right hand.
I'm gonna
Right.
say no because I haven't worn a watch in forever.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Wow.
I have
Huh.
a watch in my freaking pocket 24/7. You know what I mean?
Also that. There's never a
Yeah.
shortage of clocks nearby for which I can
gosh.
check the time.
Yeah, but people's phones have
Gosh.
got rid of a lot of them as well, wouldn't they?
Right.
Everyone
Exactly.
gets time
That's
off
what
their
I'm
phone
saying.
now as well.
Well,
Is anybody
just-
here left-handed?
yes, I am
No.
left-handed.
You are.
Yeah.
Oh, that
You-
explains a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
it
this
does.
makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Oh.
That makes more sense now.
I'm starting to regret answering. I plead the fifth.
It's whenever I see somebody write left-handed, or I go watch a sporting game like volleyball or basketball, and I see people shoot left-handed, it's like I can't understand what they're doing.
Yeah, it
I
looks
can't
weird.
do it. Yeah, and my daughter, my one daughter, is like kind of ambidextrous, so she can do a lot of both hands, you know. And when she was learning
Yeah.
going through like firearm safety, she was learning to shoot right or left-handed.
Yeah.
And she ended up shooting. She could shoot both, right? But because of the way she would use her eyes is what determined, which way she shot.
Yeah, I'm
was
kind
so
of both.
weird
I'm
watching.
more left-handed. Like I'll write with my left hand, but there's like if I was to hit a baseball with a baseball bat, I'll hold that bat in my right hand. I'll kick a ball with my left foot. Yeah, there's so
Right.
it's not like I'm left or right dominant. It just depends on what I'm doing, which is crazy.
Right.
More of ambidextrous than anything else.
Right? So weird. So then, are you
Yeah, man.
left-footed or right-footed?
I would say left, but I would also say right. Depends what I'm doing. I don't know.
He can't
Yeah.
use
Kicking
his feet.
football.
It
'cause he's
doesn't
shooting
really-
football.
Yeah. Well, fucking hell, Billy.
Riding a skateboard.
I don't want to play football. It's
God
for
damn it,
those
man.
kind of blokes that enjoy watching 22 sweaty blokes run around the field in shorts like you, Billy. I know you love that. You love watching that.
Exactly, I love that shit, mate.
Oh, that's highly racist.
I play along with my balls at the same time.
Gosh. Yeah. Anyway, in the poll so far, we have 24% wearing on the left hand, 21% wearing on the right hand, and 55% of people saying no. Wow.
I'm surprised you're
Right.
surprised.
Wankers out there, then, isn't there?
about this.
Yeah. Everybody
I
wears
think
Yes,
you're
so
missing.
fair.
I think
Go ahead.
you're missing a big pocket watch contingent here, Mackie. I think that's where the other 30 or 40 million.
Pocket
Oh,
watch.
Watches,
I
Absolutely.
have one and I love
I
it.
like that theory. We're sticking with that theory, and we should move on to the news now. Are you ready?
Okay. Stop yelling at us.
Skipping right
God.
to it.
It's all those people wear pocket watches now. That's what it is. We're in 1820s England. Let's go to the news. Does anybody want to go first?
Does anyone use a typewriter anymore?
Oh my god. Oh
We're
my
going back
god.
there. Nobody uses a fucking typewriter anymore, man. That's
I don't know.
lame.
Do a poll.
Do a poll. That's good. It's a great idea, Margaret. It's a great
Oh,
idea. But did you know that when the typewriter was invented, they made the keyboard in a specific way to slow down your typing, and that's what the QWERTY keyboard is now. It's made to slow things down. And there's another version you can download for your keyboard where it rearranges the letters to the ones that are most often used to make you an even faster typer than you would be on a QWERTY keyboard. How about that? Random
Except for my
fact of the
brain
week.
can't do that.
You could get used to it after a week, I reckon.
That's right.
Wouldn't take
That's
long.
right,
But
maybe.
anyway, that's not cannabis news, is it? It's going to be one of them shows, everybody. Make sure you roll yourself some
Yep.
some fat
Figure it
ones
out.
and all that. We'll figure it out. Well, okay, I'm going to jump
We
in
never even
first.
talk- Okay,
Sorry,
go.
John, what are you saying?
No, get after it.
All right, hold the tangents for the smoke break if we can.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Yep.
We're going to talk about this huge cannabis bust over here in the UK because, the police are trying hard to stop people from growing it, but it isn't working because we have shit like this going on. Take a look at this. UK cannabis supplies could be hit by casino find. Let me just tell you, these guys didn't win big. No. One of the largest cannabis factories to ever be uncovered in Northamptonshire has been found in an old casino building, which is it's a surprise because gambling seems to be one of the only industries that are thriving here in the UK, as well as cannabis. But
Okay.
why is the casino closed down? Strange. So yeah, the casino was closed down, and it seems like a gang of people have just filled it full of cannabis. Listen to the amounts here. We got police carried out a search warrant at about 9 p.m. GMT at the former Aspers Casino in Commercial Street in Northampton. Officers found thousands of cannabis plants across 4 floors with efforts made to keep intruders out, including bricked up doors and rooms reinforced with steel. It's going to make a massive difference to the drug supply chain here in Northampton and possibly the UK, said Sergeant Rodney Williams. Northamptonshire Police have yet to put a value on the hall due to its sheer size. Nicola Davis Lyons, a neighbourhood police inspector, said BBC Look East, thousands of people had likely walked past the building with no idea what was happening inside. Yeah, I don't know. I would have known. I would have felt the hum from the lights. No. She added it was important for the force to check unused buildings for such operations. And for real, this happens all the fucking time now. You know, if a building goes empty, it's like for a while there's a massive gym that got closed down near me, and the whole building was just empty for ages. And there were people climbing up to the roof, putting graffiti at the top of the walls and shit. Crazy bastards. But if shit like that's going on, there might be a fucking grow set up in there as well. It's crazy, man. There's huge grow operations everywhere. Anyway, a production on this scale involves a lot of organisation, and there will be an organised crime group behind it, she said. Quite often, I like how she likes to make assumptions like that, but she wouldn't go on about, let's say, it's most likely to be Albanians, because that's what's going to happen. So you can jump to some conclusions, but not others. You know, but I would say there's 90% chance of this being Albanians or Vietnamese controlling this. Just saying. A production on this scale involves a lot of organisation, and there will be an organised crime group behind it, she said. Quite often, they traffic and exploit people into operations like this, probably under threat of violence. And that's a side of people don't often see. And yeah, they do. You get people trafficked.
Except for in the news all the time.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you know, especially if you listen to our podcast, this happens all the time, numerous times a week, and so often that most of the time we have to try and ignore these stories to say something else. But we could do a whole show about the amount of busts just in the UK every week. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. This isn't just about cannabis or seizing drugs. It's about identifying and targeting those who cause harm, exploit vulnerable people, and use them in operations like this. But you know what would stop this? Everybody, you know what I'm going to say? Say it with me. Proper legalization and regulation. That will fix this problem. I mean, sure, there's going to be a small percentage of people who are still going to be exploited, but it's going to go down 95%. And that's a huge reduction. So we should be heading in that direction. But not in the UK. We don't do things that make sense over here. A 36-year-old man was arrested during the raid on suspicion of cultivating cannabis and remained in police custody. Sergeant Williams said the find would make a dent in the drug supply chains locally and in the UK. I've been involved in Northampton Police for 30 years, and in that time as a frontline officer, this is way above the biggest cannabis factory that I have been involved in, he said. Well, are you involved in this cannabis factory? Were you, officer? Did you do a little Freudian slip there, officer? Yeah. But let me just say, 30 years this guy's been a police officer, and this is the biggest cannabis factory that he's ever been involved with, right? So the war on drugs is doing really well, isn't it?
Yeah. It's doing great.
You know what I mean? They've definitely got hold of that. What was that, Chad?
How was it? No.
Was it John?
How was it only one guy that got arrested? Only one guy?
We don't need anybody there. You know,
but he's gonna
maybe the other guys ran off. Yeah, maybe. But then they'll call people in for that. But if he's just looking after the plants and watering them, he's got an automated watering system and shit. Might as well. I mean, how much are you going to spend to cover 4 floors on a huge building like that? It's going to cost a fortune to set it all up with equipment. So you might as well put the extra grand in.
Electrical bill that nobody's
looking into. They'll be stealing
the local residents.
They'll be stealing the electricity.
Which is why it's kind of shitty, because the neighborhood's just paying for it.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. And it's one of those things, again, which would be prevented if it was properly legalized and regulated. Because you wouldn't allow a company to do that. You know, there'd be massive fines and people would get prosecuted if they were stealing electricity to keep their company running. But they want to keep it illegal still. And obviously, the work they're doing, he might say it's going to make a dent, but let's say it does. How long for? A few fucking days? it's going to do nothing. It's going to do absolutely nothing. It's just a waste of everybody's time, and you're putting people at risk. You know, that building could have burned down with that guy inside it, and they might see him as a criminal, but he doesn't deserve to fucking die in a casino fire, does he? You know
As
what
we
I mean?
laugh about it.
Yeah.
Well, it's just odd. It's a casino, man.
No, it's true.
Yeah, it's
Like,
ridiculous.
Shit.
So,
Huh.
yeah, what do you think about this, Billy? What do you think, man?
I'm not really sure, to be honest, mate. It's a bit because it happens all the time, innit? So it's
Mhm,
just it's just normal to us. It's like you say, we don't speak about it, but yeah, it's just fucking everywhere. It's always ex bingo halls and places like old pubs, and it's a continuous cycle. Every week
Yep.
we have this story. So yeah, it's just again, regulation is the only way we're going to fucking stop this. They're just going to continue, aren't they?
I think the best one we've ever seen was that. Remember them guys who emptied out the cave?
Yeah.
Did a cave grow?
Yeah, a huge cave grow. They fucking grew thousands of plants in it. It was massive.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Funny.
Huh.
Nuts.
Anyway, yeah.
The thing I find funny the most actually is when they say it may affect the supply. And I'm like, what are you fucking dickheads?
I was
Like,
laughing about that too. Like,
you
yeah,
fucking
sure it will.
spastics.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
gonna
ridiculous.
make a difference.
It might make a small dent for a couple of days.
It make a
but-
small dent for 2 days in that town.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
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 Over the whole
yeah.
country, get a grip, officer.
Innit?
Get a grip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So it's not really doing anything. It's just put people at risk and puts prices up, keeps product dangerous, and it puts money into the hands of criminals. And it's just,
right.
it could all be solved pretty easily, but they refuse to do anything about it. Still illegal here in the UK, and with no signs of it changing anytime soon. So hold tight, everybody. Good luck for those in Northampton. Yeah, you should all be growing your own if you listen to this show, so this should not affect you in any way. All right?
Right.
Right. Otherwise,
Good,
it'd be
good.
a little dry for a couple days, but
Yeah.
it'll be fine after that.
That's right.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at something else. Significant variation in standards. Is you, Billy? We're talking about this one?
Do it.
Sorry, mate, say that again. My
We're
one.
talking, significant variations
Yeah.
in standards. What are we saying? What the fuck is
So
going on with
the-
the quality of
the-
weed in the UK?
Well, hit or miss, really, basically. So the Advisory Council on the Misuse of Drugs, ACMD, they've closed their latest call for the evidence into the impact of medical cannabis legislation, in which it will mark the most comprehensive review of the UK's cannabis-based medical products since 2018. So commissioned by the Home Office in June 2025. The sweeping 3-year project aims to re-evaluate whether the UK's current system for prescribing, supplying, researching medical cannabis is fit for purpose, and whether it's achieved the objectives it's set out to be, really. So, obviously, cannabis has been rescheduled from Schedule 1 to 2 for 7 years now, basically. And obviously, there's been no change. A bit stupid, really.
Yeah.
But
Shameful.
while the wider reports and findings and recommendations are a bit off, this month's new report from the GPHC, which is the General Pharmaceutical Council, it provides the most detailed regulatory snapshot of cannabis. So it offers a valuable insight as to the ACMD's review may be taking shape, coming against a backdrop of nearly major industry crackdowns in markets like Germany, Poland, Australia, and concerns from the industry similar restrictions could come to the UK. So while industry stakeholders will be keen to emphasise some of the inherent issues embedded in the current framework, which patients invariably bear the brunt of, serious questions remain regarding the government's historic response to recommendations.
Hold on for a second. Can we just address that for a second? What fucking historic response?
I don't know. Yeah. They like to make shit up as they go, I think.
You know what I mean? Oh, they've done such a great job of standing there and doing fuck all for 7 years. What fucking
basically,
historic
yeah.
response? The historically
the
shit
historic
response?
response, yeah.
Fucking motherfuckers. Sorry, Billy. Sorry.
Okay,
Dark mode got you
Yeah, dark
oh.
mode. Flick that switch, motherfuckers. Fuck.
Oh.
Sorry, Billy.
So,
Sorry.
So, commissioned in parallel with the Advisory Council, the ACMD wider policy review, the report exposes the wide variation in its compliance, governance, and clinical oversight across the sector, still dominated by private prescribing. Obviously, because NHS ain't going to do shit, are they? The GPHC's findings will be central to the ACMD's assessment whether the 2018 rescheduling has achieved its intended outcomes and whether no new safeguards or systems reforms are required, which they are totally, yeah. Make it more widespread, basically. Let mum and pup shops start doing it. So, published earlier this month, is inspected 25 pharmacies regularly supplying cannabis, of which 24 were operational at the time, analysing 68 concerns raised by this management.
What the hell was the one doing? Like, the other one wasn't operational? What?
Yeah, I'm not sure then what that way. Maybe they were just setting up at the time and not selling. Yeah, they were just in the middle of growing it and having the warehouse all done, if you know what I mean. So there, because one or two have opened recently, if you know what I mean, like last year or this year as well. So safeguarding was another critical focus, with the report stating that the medical cannabis products are often prescribed to individuals with complex medical needs, and robust safeguarding measures are essential, which is obvious, but like, what sort of safeguarding are they on about? The current safeguarding is that you have to sort of have taken 2 drugs of the other pharmaceuticals, like, before you can take cannabis. That's not very safe, is it?
No.
It's like,
What happened in this article as well? It's got down here to governance, and somebody hit italic on the fucking keyboard and just left it there for the rest of the article.
yeah. People probably ChatGPT job, innit?
No, ChatGPT wouldn't do that.
No.
No, it'll be here and there. There'll be some italic, but it wouldn't do the whole lot. I mean, look at this on the screen, everybody. Look at the fucking screen, everybody. Look, it's still going. I'm scrolling down. It's still italic. There, all the way down there. Wow.
Somebody messed up the CSS.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's
maybe. Right. What do you have to bring up CSS for, John?
Sorry.
I'm triggered.
CSS trauma.
Yeah, he's a little triggered.
That's right. Well, sorry, Billy. God. You were saying which section of the article were you on? Because I kind of lost my shit.
Safeguarding and patient protection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please continue, sir.
So basically, what they're saying is that they have poor oversights on complaints and concerns are made about their services. So if someone makes a complaint, nothing really happens, sort of thing.
Right.
Okay.
Also, they think one severe breach of a pharmacist had inappropriately prescribed controlled drugs to a person with a known history of drug misuse.
Oof.
It's like, well, yeah, but if it's cannabis, what, they prescribed cannabis to someone that used to misuse like smack?
Yeah. True.
Like, well, they should, yeah, if you know what I mean. There's no. So, well, the old smackhead should use fucking cannabis because then he won't become a smackhead again, and that's a route out, isn't it? And that's how everyone works. It's a fucking probably works most of the time as well. So it's just like their wording and how they go around things again is stupid. So basically, what they're saying, 3 pharmacies failed to meet standards relating to staff competence, which isn't surprising. This is England, mate. Most of the staff are not competent.
You know what I mean?
No one's trained to do their job. Everyone goes to university to be a fucking social fucking worker, and then get a job here doing this. If you know what I mean. So like they studied David Beckham's free kicks for 3 years in university. Right.
Allegedly.
Yeah. So again, look, training sources were not always clearly specified, making it difficult to assess the credibility of some learning packages. In some cases, unqualified staff dispensed the medical products, or dispensing occurred without a responsible pharmacist present, and a serious compliance breach, which it's only cannabis. It isn't really bad, but if it is meant to be done by pharmacists, they're breaking like rules and regulations. So pharmacists demand the best practice implemented structures, but like the indication is saying that the track staff training is held regular multidisciplinary meetings with particular clinics. So it's like it doesn't seem to be working, is what they're saying. So a recurring theme in the GPHC's findings is a direct relevance to the AMCD. Many pharmacies lacked access to patient clinical records, severely limiting their ability to perform safety checks. One pharmacist had limited ability to carry out meaningful clinical checks as they had no access to the patient's medical history or consultation notes. Those without data access, however, were able to provide clear examples of clinical interventions. So basically, yeah, but like to me, it's like shouldn't they trust the patient as well? If you know what I mean, like saying that the
Yeah, I
patient
mean,
has no
and you have to think as
responsibility.
well. What kind of risk does that leave everybody to for data breach? Are you supposed to just let all these people have access to your medical records? It's not
Yeah,
necessary.
Right.
You know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah, it's like should you have to like say everything? If you know what I mean, you're only
Mm.
getting a drug for a particular condition, so why should you have to go through everything else as well? Sort of thing.
Mhm.
Sort of. It's a bit like data collection job, like.
Mm-hmm,
So, what they're saying, there's lots of errors and delays in dispensing as well, which is one of the most common. Which is we've sort of Caroline's had that. Have you had any issues? A lot of people out there have said they've had issues with getting shit sent to them. Just no stock being there, or them sending stuff as replacement, or the wrong ones, sort of thing. So that they've received 44 concerns relating to the dispensing. So it's around 60% were due to delays in receiving prescriptions, which isn't good, is it? Really, your medication you need being delayed by 2 or 3 days. So like you can't
But I
go
don't know
without.
if you looked at it like at the and the NHS as a whole. That's probably higher than most people getting their ordinary prescriptions.
Yeah, but generally you can go to any pharmacist like in any town and get the prescription you want. If one ain't got it, you can go to another one. But with cannabis, you can't. You can only get that one thing off that one company, and if they haven't got it and they're not supplying it, you have no choice but to wait. You can't go anywhere else to fulfill your prescription.
Not so
A
many
lot of
options, yeah.
a lot of drugs now you can actually go to online pharmacies and get them online. You don't. Yeah, they just give you the
Yeah.
It's changing now. So again, you're restricted on where you can and what you can get, sort of thing. So there's no clear lines of communication. Basically, they're saying between the support of the patients identifying access to suitable alternative treatments. So that's the option. Is there's no alternative treatments as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's to me, it's like they're just offering you like you got this for this price and that's it. It's like they're more of a sales rep than anything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
most pharmacies source it responsibly from licensed manufacturers, but again, if it's not in stock, then what can you do? So it's like some CBD stuff's classed as food supplements, but they're not listed on the Food Standards Agency's approval list for novel food applications. So again, that's the grey area of the law. It's sort of like security and storage has been issues, sort of thing. So there's a long line of stuff going on, and it's just basically they're just saying that you're not fucking good enough, really.
Yeah.
The data systems again, communications problems, sort of like the science behind it not being pushed or passed on the information, sort of thing. So the Minister of State for Policing and Fire Preventions at the AMCD, they want to assess basically whether it's working and then go through it all again, which they do need to look through it because it isn't working.
But the thing is, they're not going to do it honestly. This is the thing. They're going to look
yeah,
through it,
this
and
is
it's
the
not going to be
problem.
they're actually looking for problems and they want to solve things to make things easier for people. They're just looking for ways to make it more fucking difficult for people to get hold of it. I think that's going to be
just
their
say,
angle.
it's not working. This
Yeah.
is shit. Let's just
Yeah.
scrap it.
They don't care about the problems because the problems are easily solvable. They don't want to solve them. They want to make them
Right,
worse.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we can tell
Fuck.
them all the problems without looking at the list. These
Yeah.
are the problems you have, and this is how you solve them all.
Yeah, and they won't
Done.
listen to people like us who are experienced in cannabis. They'll just ask fucking somebody who's never smoked a joint or, smoked a joint in college and didn't inhale and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Someone who's shown them a
do.
thick envelope.
Yeah,
allegedly.
that's right.
Mhm.
Or the
Allegedly,
son
everyone.
of somebody who showed them a thick envelope. Like, oh, yeah, we'll give you a job. There you go. He's young and hip. But yeah, this article goes on, Billy. So what do we think is going to be the results here? You got any
They're
predictions?
going to fucking do fuck all, like we said, mate. They're going to
That's
change
right.
nothing.
That's right.
They're going to leave us all to starve, and they're going to give us a big finger.
That's right.
Okay.
Chad, how's this
But
sounding to
we can
you?
hope for
Because,
change.
you know, being legal in the States, you must think we're living in the fucking Stone Age over here.
Not the
Not at
Stone
all.
Age.
I mean, we share the common connection that the system is very convoluted. It's kind of very broken. And although we do have certain, rights on paper, there's a lot of obstructionism in the way to actually get what should be simple. And like you said, there's ways to fix these problems, but they're just not that interested in doing that.
Right.
So it's you're getting a toy without the batteries on Christmas.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Which is another good movie. Batteries not included. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Fuck yeah. Like, epic movie. Love that film.
Oh,
That's right.
Oh.
Anyway, random tangent.
wonderful. Wonderful.
So yeah, things going well in the UK, everybody. You know?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Let's
Really?
let's talk about Chad's
Let's
article. What we
quickly
got from you
fucking move
there,
on, yeah.
Chad? We got cannabis and older adults. 5 things medical experts want you to know. I'm already
Yeah,
fucking
absolutely.
skeptical here. What we got?
Oh, well, I know, and that's kind of part of the reason why I chose the article. It's like, well, first of all, I've always liked talking about seniors and cannabis because ultimately I think they're the demographic that has the most to benefit from cannabis, but also the same demographic that has the most reefer madness instilled in them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So over the past few years, it's been nice to see progressively that the percentage of people 55 or 65 and over, that number keeps climbing. And this article is from the Stanford Medicine Journal. Stanford is a very well-respected university over here. And it's great that their medical department is looking at some of these things, again, cannabis specific, not just looking at hemp or not looking at similar objects, but cannabis in particular. And yes, to your point, I kind of thought that they may enter it with a bias. Usually it is, and I'm halfway surprised. But the author of the article, followed a general nurse practitioner who has a specialty in cannabis therapy at Stanford Medicine. And that nurse practitioner, she turned to cannabis herself when nothing else was working for chronic pain resulting from a serious car accident she had more than a decade ago. So, that's pain you're living with for a while. And then when she was back at work at the oncology clinic, she saw a need with her patients as well. She kind of said, I found that the patients were going to use cannabis whether their providers approved of it or not. And many of her patients were older and they had risks that needed to be evaluated and addressed before they started using cannabis. So those are all things that I agree with, things that we have talked about together on the show is, there's sometimes, balance, fall factors. There's certain things that need to be addressed here. And the article kind of goes on to say, and while medical and recreational cannabis use continues to rise in the US, including among older adults, there's still major gaps in the scientific understanding of how the drug affects our health. And that's in part because cannabis is still, and they use the word marijuana in this article. I'm replacing it with cannabis. Or actually, I see they're using it interchangeably. Anyways,
I call it marijuana.
Marijuana.
Yeah.
You can't study the giggle grass because it's still federally illegal. So certain types of research are a little bit more complicated. And for those that are 65 and over, there's certain physical and mental risks to regular cannabis use. That's just their general blanket statement that the Stanford medical experts warn. And then they actually kind of get into a few of them. I know, right? The big reefer madness morning.
Yep.
Yeah, and then some of the risks they include, and I'm glad that they're being specific now because when they're specific, we're able to then do research on that specific claim. But they said there's an increased risk of heart disease and certain cancers.
Gee, that's vague.
First time I've heard. Yeah, I know certain cancers. That's actually the first time I've heard this one, as well as the possibility of addiction and exacerbation of age-related cognitive issues. Cannabis also can interfere with certain medications, which that's a real concern.
Yeah, that's a true story.
Yeah. And finally, it says legal cannabis is much stronger than the street pot of decades ago. And they went on to list five specific things, which again, I enjoy the specifics. Number one, just as it said, with the strength of today's cannabis, overconsumption is a risk. And there's other formulations now, such as concentrates, oils, and edibles that have concentrations up to 90%. They go on to say, and this is where they're like a bit misguided, but they also include synthetic marijuana, also known as spice or K2, and that it mimics the psychoactive properties of THC, only which much
Burn it.
stronger effects. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
I
you
don't
know
want
what? I argue that, like the spice and the K2, that's more of a recreational purpose. Again, they're talking about psychoactive properties. I don't know many
Mhm.
people who are like, ooh, that medicinal spice is the best.
Yeah.
So
What?
yeah. There was a study, again, it being more potent these days and other forms of it. There was a study conducted in Canada kind of before and after the legalization of marijuana, and they found a near tripling effect of emergency room visits due to cannabis poisoning in those over 65.
Wow.
So yeah,
Weak.
That's crazy.
it's a little inevitable though, if you give people the option to do something without much education behind it, there's going to be this is going to happen. I worked in a dispensary, and even though we would say, okay, you realize that this real small bottle is actually 10 dosages and one capful is a full dose.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Many-
Yeah, they end like the fucking medicine spoon out. Oh, about 5 milliliters will do me just
Right.
fine.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I had more than a couple people come back and be like, dude, I drank that bottle and I was wasted. I'm like, yeah, no kidding.
Not supposed to do that.
I know. So education, all of that. Number two, and this is one that I'm interested in as well, as we get older, but it says the health risks include heart disease and cognitive issues. Heart disease is the leading cause of death in the US overall, which is largely driven by the high rate of heart disease in those over 65. Again, those are the people we're specifically talking about in this study. In this article. And I love the doctor's name. It's Wu. So Wu-Tang. But Wu and his team, he found that THC causes blood vessel inflammation in animal models. And his group and other groups kind of found links between cannabis use and several types of heart disease in humans in epidemiological. I think I said that right. Studies.
Epidemiological.
That's a 6 at least.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Should have proofread that one. Get a thesaurus out on me. But these studies found that regular cannabis use correlated with a 29% increase in heart attack and 20% increase in stroke. My argument with any time I see a percentage is, what was your sample size? Are we talking about 10 or 10,000?
Always talking about that. Yeah.
Because that's gonna put more weight behind what that percentage is. Needless to say, it's still a concern. And this is why we need the studies, the older adults. And this I found interesting too, which this is actually a good piece of information they included in the article. It says older adults have slower metabolisms than younger people do, meaning it takes longer for them to clear cannabis compounds out of their bodies. And slower metabolism means both that highs can last longer, potentially impairing the user for longer than they intended, and that there are more possibilities for interactions with users' other medications. And a real world example, again, I like it. Show me the proof. But they said, for example, cannabidiol, which we all know is CBD, it's a non-intoxicating compound found in cannabis that interferes with the enzymes that break down other drugs like blood thinners. So this can raise blood thinner levels in the body, which is potentially dangerous if someone has a fall or is otherwise injured, and blood pressure as well. But yeah, that might reduce some medications. And that, to me, is really why we need to study it further. And I'll be quick here on these the last three here. Number three of the five that they mentioned, it says the notion that it's not addictive is a myth, and I would somewhat agree to that. People can become addicted. Some people just have addictive personalities. So
Yeah, I would agree with that.
and what they're looking at is Padula, one of the doctors there, they're conducting a study on how the brain responds to the surroundings in people who have cannabis use disorder, which technically all of us talking here today have cannabis use disorder by definition.
I don't.
Apparently.
I don't.
Okay, well, what are you doing here? Get rid of this guy.
I did have it for a long time, but I'm over that shit now. And, you know, I don't deny it. And the whole addictive thing as well, I don't know about. I think cannabis, like you said, some people have addictive personalities, but these people who say they're not addicted to cannabis, it's like take 3 days off. And it'll be like, oh, I can't sleep. I got sweats. I can't eat. My appetite's off. I'm moody. You know, short fuse, all these different effects of stopping cannabis. So it's not like the withdrawals are excessive. You can deal with them, but it is not easy to just stop smoking weed. So in a sense, I would say that's addictive.
Yeah, I agree, especially for chronic users. You know, I mean, my wife and I we're cannabis tourists. We don't really travel anywhere if we're not gonna get cannabis while we're there. So interesting. But I thought this was kind of interesting. They're using a functional MRI which shows the different regions of the brains and when it's active. And they found that people in treatment for their disorders who go on to relapse are more likely to have hypersensitivity to drug-related cues in their environment. So again, trying to narrow down some of the science behind it, but it supports that, you know, it can be addictive, much in the same way soda or coffee can be addictive.
Sugar.
I don't think it's heroin level, but I wouldn't say that it comes without the potential. And then number four, research is limited, but cannabis can help certain conditions. In 2017, they did a study looking at the motivations for cannabis use, which is kind of what we're talking about. And this was all done through customers in a licensed San Francisco dispensary. And they found that users 18 to 30 were more likely to report using just out of boredom or for social interactions, whereas the middle-aged adults were more likely to use because of insomnia. And then older adults, which they classify as 51 to 72, reported using it for cancer, chronic pain, other conditions. Again, as I said at the top of the article, I feel that, you know, that demographic could benefit the most from cannabis. And the fifth and final thing that they said here, which I agree with, but it comes with its pitfalls as well. This is the best advice is to talk openly with your healthcare provider. And the oncologist there would prefer to talk to the doctors. They don't always know the best. They recommend talking to the person at the dispensary. I would say,
yeah,
that's a crapshoot.
That's limited, very limited.
Yeah.
Do your own research a little bit.
This is the problem. You can't trust the doctor when it comes to cannabis, especially because a lot of them have no fucking idea what they're talking about. It's a shame.
Yeah, they're not educated enough. I'm glad that things are changing, but the one point that they do make is your primary care physician will know the constellation of your medical conditions and other medications that you might be on. So talking with your doctor, letting them know not only, you know, helps for what you're prescribed and, you know, what you're using recreationally, and they can formulate things to do things in as safe of a manner. I've always been open with my doctor. I offer to educate them. I try every time I can. But I also know that it comes with the risk of me now paying higher money for insurance because it is documented. I am a regular cannabis user. So there's a caveat with it, but be honest. So yeah, I thought this article did a fairly decent job in not demonizing it and spitting out some actual useful information. So that was why I brought this article today.
Yes, good article, man.
Nice.
It's got some good talking points in there. Yeah.
You know, on this one, I have a little thoughts. Like, so Margaret, up in Canada, has there been any more movement with doctors in cannabis up there? Like, because you guys have been legal for so long, have they come out with, any kind of trainings or certifications or you
Not
know
that
what
I'm
I'm getting
aware
at?
of. I mean, I don't necessarily travel in those circles, but not that I'm aware of. No,
Right.
no.
I wonder because since your whole country is legal, you
Mhm.
know what I mean? Whereas the states here, we're kind of limited to what state you're in, what have you, and then any kind of research funding ain't going to happen if it's federally funded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just curious a little bit.
They should be because, I mean, Chad mentioned bud tenders in that article, but bud tenders here in Canada
Yeah.
can't legally talk about anything kind of like medical related at all.
Yeah.
Right.
US
For,
That's
I mean,
kind of
for a
how it
lot
is
of
here
reasons.
too. Yeah.
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 You have to use
Yeah.
the some people have reported line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Talking
anecdotal
about
evidence
medical
or personal
Allegedly.
experience. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, my friend's cousin's brother said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob?
Yeah, you know the
name's
guy.
Bob?
You know the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's do another one. What should we do next? Margaret, you want to talk about your news article today?
Yeah. This is Alternaleaf launches UK's first
Wait.
women's health cannabis service. Did you say something,
It's this
John?
one. John said
I'm excited.
sexist. That's what you did.
Oh.
No, I didn't. I said I'm excited.
He did. I heard him, Margaret. Tell him,
You
Margaret.
want to know why? You want to know why I'm excited? Because
Yeah.
I popped this bad boy open and I've been sitting here all day, like waiting patiently for one of our articles to have some sweet names in them.
Oh, yeah. Is this one of those? Let's
Now we're getting
go.
I see
Oh,
one
I see
name
it.
right now.
I see it.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, let's
Okay,
go.
okay.
Right.
All right. Well,
Let's go, Margaret. The
I'm cracking
reader.
my knuckles right
Let's
now,
go.
getting ready, doing some
Yes.
stretches,
Yes.
here. Okay.
Looks like we got ourselves a reader.
Anyway, this is an important article. Alternaleaf, a UK-based, of all places, medical cannabis clinic has launched the country's first women's health service dedicated to cannabis-based treatments for gynecological and hormonal conditions. The new unit, led by company's medical director and pharmacist Nabila Chowdhury, aims to address the gender care gap as increasing numbers of women seek alternatives to conventional painkillers and long NHS wait times. A team of gynecologists and women's health specialists will focus on conditions such as endometriosis and perimenopause-related symptoms, including anxiety and depression. According to Alternaleaf, the number of female patients has grown by 50% every 3 months over the past year.
Wow.
Yeah, those are pretty big jumps in numbers. Chowdhury said, we've seen dramatically increasing numbers of patients coming to us to manage endometriosis, heavy periods, and perimenopause symptoms, many of whom feel dismissed by doctors elsewhere or reject strong painkillers due to disruptive side effects. As medical director and as a woman who's experienced medical misogyny myself, I wanted to ensure our approach to women's health was robust, so women know they'll be taken seriously by clinicians trained in gynecology, perimenopause, menopause, and chronic pain. NHS gynecology wait lists have more than doubled since 2020, with around 630,000 women waiting for care. The Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists recently found that almost 90% of healthcare professionals believe long wait lists are harming patients' quality of life, while 88% of patients said their symptoms have worsened. Endometriosis still takes an average of 8 years to diagnose.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a long time. Alternaleaf says many patients seek treatment after unsatisfactory experiences with traditional medications. Patient Han Doogie said a 31-year-old dental nurse from Swansea described how medical cannabis helped her stop taking codeine after years of severe period pain and endometriosis symptoms. I didn't even know it was legal in this country, but I'm so glad I discovered it, she said. It's not though, is it? She's talking about cannabis?
Well, you're legal for medical use.
The medical
and this is
patient.
it's one of the
medical use,
problems,
yeah.
right?
Right,
Though
right.
it's legal for medical use, there's still a shitload of people who don't know that.
Yeah. Codeine and the pill have awful long-term side effects, so many people can benefit from this, she says. A 2025 Alternaleaf study of 500 NHS doctors found that 79% of respondents believe the UK is over-reliant on opioids for chronic pain, and 76% think treatment options for women's health conditions such as endometriosis, perimenopause, and PMDD remain too limited. 8 in 10 GPs said they would be open to prescribing medical cannabis if it were available on the NHS. Chowdhury said medical cannabis offers a safer alternative to conventional painkillers and antidepressants, which many patients report have significant side effects. While it won't be for everyone, it's a valid option for thousands of women suffering from common but life-altering conditions. I'd like to see more women signposted to medical cannabis as a safer option when they turn to their GPs for support.
For sure.
Yeah, so that's a positive article coming out of the UK of all places.
What's that supposed to mean?
Man,
Oh, come on, Macky. You know what we're talking about here. Yeah.
That's an arrestable
my
offence
God,
in the UK, Margaret. Have to be careful what you say. Yeah.
Donna Summer it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I would
so
like
good.
to say you flew over those names there, Margaret. No problem.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
it wasn't
well,
a
I'm a
Chowdhury. That's
professional.
not difficult. Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen. I was hoping there was going to be more. Okay, like just
Right.
calm down.
Yeah.
Find the one name and you're like, oh, it's going to be riddled with them.
Yeah, I was hoping so much.
At least not like some Russian names or something. Some of those go
Right?
crazy.
Oh God, I just skip right
Yeah.
over it. Nobody even cares.
Yeah. Like
Can't
that
do it.
that one Russian name. Remember that joke that what you call a Russian man with 3 testicles?
What?
Ujanikabalakov. You get that joke? It's nice, right? Anyway. Chad, where were you? I didn't hear no laughing. That was a good joke. You loved that jokes.
I loved it and I was laughing. I was just on mute. So
Okay, that's a good excuse. You want to hear another
Yeah.
one my son told me? Quickly, I'll tell you this joke before we go on to the next news article.
Okay,
Uh,
go.
And some of you might have heard this in the session yesterday, so don't fucking spoil it for Chad. What did the clock do when it was hungry?
What?
Ooh.
It went back for seconds.
Oh,
It went-
my
it went back
God.
4 seconds.
Yeah.
You see that?
Okay.
See that? Epic.
Holy.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
It went back for seconds. Yeah, anyway. So next one. The last one here. Is this you, John, to do the last one?
This is me. This is
Do
me.
it.
And I
Do it, lady.
I kind of seen this one because I was like, I need to hear this. Hold on, we'll do it late at one time. Okay, so for marijuana moment, we got scientists develop a new glossary of marijuana aromas that industry could use to better inform consumers. I seen this heading and I was like, I need to know more because I love aromas from the cannabis.
Jordan
Nobody
River
else
should have been
does.
involved in this. Jordan River, he's always got the best descriptions for smells of cannabis.
He is
It
good.
smells like a homeless man's armpit. After he says some random shit like, bro, how do you know what that smells like? Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
He's
John.
just walking around smelling everything. You know what I mean?
You know
Oh
what I
my
mean?
gosh. All right. So researchers have developed a new glossary to describe cannabis aromas, debunking certain theories about what gives marijuana or cannabis strains their unique smell profiles and creating a lexicon to better classify varieties for consumers and businesses. Notably, they found that, contrary to popular belief, terpene content is a poor predictor of cannabis's scent profile. For the study published in the journal PLOS 1 this month, researchers at Oregon State University recruited a 21-judge panel to assess 91 samples of unburnt cannabis flower. That seems amazing. Why didn't they call us? You know what I
Did
mean?
you know? Did they need help burning it or something?
Yeah, right. The panel was tasked with smelling the varieties and checking off aroma descriptors that they felt applied. The primary goal of the study was to develop and systematically evaluate a reproducible aroma lexicon for cannabis in fluorescence. I got all the tough words today, which is the foundational step toward a standardized evidence-based framework for describing cannabis aroma, the study says. While this study does not generate or validate a lexicon in a definitive sense, well, then what the hell are we doing? You know what I mean? I thought that's what we were doing. It represents an important phase in the continued evolution of a comprehensive descriptive system for cannabis, it says. It organizes and refines existing sensory terminology into a coherent data-driven structure suitable for both research and applied contexts. In this way, the lexicon contributes to an ongoing process of refinement and expansion, and its demonstrated ability to consistently differentiate samples underscores its value as a tool for both scientific inquiry and industry communication, the author said. Of the total 8,075 descriptors that were selected across the study, that's a number, right? 3 stood out as the most common, accounting for 26% of the marketed descriptors: herbal, citrus, and woody.
Damn.
All of which
I
I
mean,
love.
why put herbal? Might as well just say it smells like weed.
Well, I mean, that's, some people are just like that, and I had that conversation today. It's like, you can give somebody something and say, I think it smells like this or whatever, and they'll go, it just smells like weed. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean. It just smells like weed. Okay, well, whatever. Interestingly, while it's commonly believed that terpenes in the cannabis plant are primarily responsible for giving each strain its aroma profile, the researchers said that doesn't appear to be entirely the case. What do you mean? Terpene profiling revealed clear chemical clusters, but terpene profiles alone poorly predicted sensory character. It says terpinolene was the only compound consistently associated with sensory descriptors, specifically citrus and chemical. I mean, so we've been lied to this whole time, or
No, this article is just full of shit. That's all.
or is like, I read that and then I thought to myself, is that the reason why you can grow a specific strain, grow it multiple times, and it might be different each time, even though they have the same terpene profile? You know what I mean?
Well, that's the phenotypic plasticity, isn't it? Each seed is a little bit different.
But it could be this too. You know what I mean? So despite the despite the chemical grouping, sensory and terpene clustering did not correlate well, which underscores a key point. Terpene chemistry alone does not predict a sample sensory profile, the researchers wrote. This is crucial given the over-reliance on terpene content in current cannabis industry marketing and labeling practices. The study also revealed that varieties with high THC and low CBD were more frequently described as skunky, musty, and animalic. What does that word even mean? Give me a definition.
It like smells like an animal.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe.
That's how I might interpret
Somebody
it.
Google that.
Like wet dog? Is that what they're saying?
Maybe.
Wet.
Good.
Yeah.
Or just dog?
Because you can't really describe the smell of a wet dog. It just smells like wet dog. It doesn't smell like anything else.
Right.
So
Okay.
maybe you just call it animalic.
Animalic. I'm going to use that. I'm going to write that down.
They
Whereas
call it
low.
animal many times, but never animal.
Yeah. That's right. Whereas low THC and high CBD strains were commonly associated with the descriptors citrus, fruity, and candy-like. I don't know if I can get behind that. Right? Anybody else think that?
I mean,
The candy-like one?
it's like, can you
Specific
be more
what?
specific with all of those? It smells like citrus. Yeah, which citrus? Because orange doesn't smell
Yeah.
like lemon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, they're pretty
But
vague.
they're
Yeah.
both
They're like
citrus.
broad.
Fruity.
But there are
which kind of fruit?
some-
Mango, watermelon, or strawberries?
But,
You know?
but I mean, like, I can sit here and take a whiff and be like, it is citrusy, but I don't know which one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you could have somebody else smell it and they'll go, yeah, I can't put my
No,
finger
but you
on
can,
it. It's like
you
in
can
between,
tell if it smells
you know what I
like
mean?
orange, though.
Well, yeah, if it is full orange, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I can tell the difference between a lemon smell and an orange smell in a bud. I wouldn't say it smells citrusy. It smells
if they're
of one of
heavy
those.
that way.
Yeah, I suppose. Depends on how strong it is. Like orange bud, you
Right.
know it's orange, but it smells like orange bud.
Right. Or if it's lemon, like, it's lemon because they've specifically picked that out, right? And you'll smell it. But there are some that you don't know that you just smell and you're like, it's citrusy, but I don't know which kind.
But
You
is
know?
it the sweet citrusy of the lemon, or is it the zesty citrusy of the lemon
Right.
peel?
Right.
Yeah, good point.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which part of the
All
lemon does
right.
it smell like? Yeah, wow.
I think we're just gonna have to put this one in the bin and burn it. let's see, what do we got left here? Let's skip down a little bit. We'll go to given the relatively loose associations between terpene content and sensory quality, the study posits
Posits, like deposits, but
posits?
posits.
I don't use that. What? Who uses that word, man?
English people.
No,
People
you're-
with watches.
That's
yeah,
right. People who wear
watches,
watches.
gentlemanly types.
That's right.
Key perceptual drivers may lie in other unmeasured compound classes such as esters, aldehydes, or other volatiles that behave in complex synergistic manners, creating characteristic impacts beyond individual terpene contributions. Listen, that was a solid 8.5, if I say so myself.
Yeah, okay.
In summary, the study developed and systemically evaluated a 25-term lexicon for the aroma of cannabis inflorescence. This work lays a foundation for future work to build upon with an initial list of descriptors and an associated sensory method. The study concludes future work requires a larger inflorescence sample size, particularly for defining associations between volatile aromatics and aroma descriptors, and should explore expansion of the lexicon as more terms can be evaluated and validated. The inclusion of consumer hedonic data would deepen our understanding of aroma-driven quality perceptions and consumer liking. I mean, I don't know if I want to read any more of this because it just makes,
It's long.
I don't know.
What I was thinking.
I mean,
what I was hoping from this article here was a list of like crazy things it smells like the homeless man armpit or the babysitter or the dog shit. You know, because weed sometimes smells like crazy shit, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And one of my favorite smells of weed is that cheesy, hot dog shit smell. You know what I'm saying? That pungent.
I do know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? That dog shit, that fucking pungent dog fart, man. When it comes out of a dog, of course, it don't smell great, but when it's on weed, yeah, that's delicious.
Totally different situation.
You know
Yeah.
I've said it before. Like, imagine you're walking around the woods with your dog and he takes his shit, and then you're like, oh, that smells delicious. And then somebody on the dog walk sees you enjoying the smell of dog shit. You're probably going to get arrested for doing something like that, you know? Rightfully so.
Yeah.
But smelling dog shit on weed and being like, oh, that smells like dog shit, different story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I was hoping they were going to give us, you know, relations to stuff like that, but no. Apparently they didn't.
Nothing.
Don't care about us, Macky.
Nothing. Oh, it smells like that crust that comes under your toenails when you scrape it out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, delicious. Delicious. What else are you thinking? What other smells can we come up with? Ridiculous. Chad, come on, you got to have some ridiculous smells that smell good when it's on weed.
I came up with one the other day trying to describe something that I'm growing right now. And I described it as if you soaked granola in gasoline, fed it to a dog, and then the dog breathed on you.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Delicious. Delicious. Sounds lovely.
I mean,
But I can envision that.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
About your nan's old mouldy bucket.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Ooh. If it smells moldy, I'd stay away from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moldy's probably the only one to stay away from, I think. Everything else could be.
What about you, Margaret?
what I mean?
What you got? You got a wild smelling cannabis aroma that could be on this list of 8,000 names?
Well, I don't know, because you guys are making them all sound really gross.
No,
Yeah.
smell delicious, Margaret. It's the wrong context.
What's that?
The wrong context. In the context of cannabis, smells delicious.
Yeah, for some,
Mhm.
it's it's subjective.
You don't smell dog shit weed and be like, "Ooh, that smells good." No.
No.
Oh.
No. Not really. I'm not.
that
like,
just me?
I know people that love them. No,
It
yeah,
might be
Matt,
just
it
you.
is just you.
I do like some of the funky ones.
I know some people that
They're-
really like the pissy smells and stuff.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
I love cat piss smelling weed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's
See,
the best.
so I'm fucking weird for saying dog shit, but John's cool for saying cat piss. Fuck
Mackie, Mackie. I'm
So if you
I'm
like
with you,
the
Mackie.
piss ones, how about your granddad's pissy pants?
Yeah, maybe Billy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But here's why I like. Okay, so the
Cookie Grow says
cannabis
smells like
weed-
Billy's socks. Nice one, Cookie Grow. Sorry, Chad.
cat piss
John.
weed smell correlates to IPA beers.
Okay.
And
Oh,
when I
that
was
makes sense.
brewing, IPAs really smell the same as that, and I love it. Like I love that smell so
Because
much.
it's hops, and hops
the
is part of the
hops, yeah.
cannabis family.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
And I'm not a huge fan of
Yeah.
IPAs, so it checks out that I'm not like I don't mind the pissy ones, but they're not my go-to.
Right.
They're not my fave.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Like I smell that, and it's like, ooh, we.
But cannabis and hops are related as well, so also
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
surprising.
Same family.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway, yes,
Mhm.
interesting article. Let us know in the comments,
stuff.
everybody, what wild smells of cannabis you enjoy that would be disgusting if it wasn't on cannabis.
Paint, scratch, fingernails. paint.
Yeah, I
Oh
saw
my
that.
God.
That was pretty nasty. I was just thinking like, oh, fuel. I really like the smell of gasoline, but
That makes me think of mall rats.
Right.
Would you like
Nobody?
would you like a
Nobody's got
chocolate covered
nothing?
pretzel? Would
Yeah, would you like a chocolate covered pretzel?
Anyway,
Have you
I
never
have
seen this
actually
movie,
successfully
Macky?
done that.
no, I
have
don't
done
think I've
this.
seen Mallrats. No.
Holy fuck, bro. You got to watch it.
Yeah.
The best.
One day.
I
Just
thought you were
one day, you
cultured.
see?
I thought you were
Yeah.
cultured, Macky.
Cultured Mallrats. Mallrats.
Oh my God,
Is that
bro.
really culture? Is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my
It's
It's
goodness.
got weed in it.
Mall.
I wear a watch. I am a gentleman.
Oh my God.
All right.
A gynecologist's glove.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh.
God. Oh,
Fuck yeah, now. Thanks,
Yes.
Billy.
Kevin Smith is
Are
classic.
you lagging or something? Because that conversation was 5 minutes ago.
yeah.
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 He's late to the chat.
Anyway,
Yep.
let's with just some forum news here. We did had dark mode sorted, but then I broke it today, and now I'm trying to fix it for the next week. So
Yeah.
just to let you all know.
You
But
fucked it.
the dark mode is super cool because usually you go on Persis and it's really bright, you know, and late at night when you're in a dark room, it can be a bit too much on the eyes. So now we have a dark mode, and it's very nice. Check it out if you haven't seen it.
Oh, it broke in.
It's not broken now, is it? It's kind of broken.
I
There's a
don't
few
know.
things to fix. Yeah, it's working. You can go on there, but it's not how I want it to look. But it will
Yeah,
be like
yeah.
how I want it to look eventually, because I won't stop until
Mhm.
it is. The Barney's Farm Grow Off has started. We're having a UK Barney's Farm Grow Off. They sent out some beans to some growers, and that's getting started now. There's people already popping their beans, and at the same time,
Very
the
good.
Seedsman Grow Off ended, and Viking won that. Improper Weed Viking won. He got
Woo!
250
Congratulations,
euros of
buddy.
seeds
Boom, boom,
that
boom.
he put into the
Yeah.
Percy's vault, so we got some new seeds into that. Very
Oh,
cool. We had
sweet.
a Type 1 grower came second. He got €100, and Cookie Grow got €50 for coming in third place. So congratulations.
Woo.
All that should be accredited
Good
to
job,
your account,
everybody.
and you can buy your beans if you haven't done that already.
Nice.
Yes.
Congratulations, guys.
Yes, good
Yeah,
grow
man,
up.
for
We'll do
sure.
another one soon. I'll get it sorted out with him. Want to get Tom back on the show. I haven't spoke to him for a while. So, yeah, should catch up with him.
Okay.
But any news from Bites Me side of things, Margaret?
Let me think. Yeah, sure. I have always new
Damn it,
episodes out
woman.
every Thursday. And I do have an episode
Yeah.
coming out. I'm not sure when. I think sometime later this month that I do
Is it
with a vet.
stories? No. Oh.
No. No, it's
Well,
not.
We're waiting for
But
that
I-
stories podcast,
Bullshit,
Margaret.
Margaret.
But yeah, I did an interview with a vet around cannabis, which a lot of people have
Okay.
been asking me about. So
Nice.
Okay.
watch for that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Nice.
What about you, Chad? Any
Now-
news on your side of things?
No, I'm boring.
Crazy talk.
Jeez.
Crazy talk.
Gee,
Yeah, man.
well, tell us about that new thing you're working on or whatever you're growing right now. What's that all about?
Oh, so the funky description I gave is the Westport posse. I have it's called the tucked leaf pheno because the leaves they just tucked underneath each other, like if you folded your fingers, and it's very easy to find.
Really?
But it comes out with like one note. It was like pretty much like all gas. And when I did that the other day, I forgot to open the door and it got up to 85 in there, which is
Ooh.
volatilizing a lot of terpenes.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that was the smell. That was the smell that greeted me.
Oh no.
But yeah, I mean, the big news, I guess, is I'm just, December 5th over in the States, we have MJ BizCon, which is the
Yeah.
largest kind of gathering. It's more business focused than it is like a home grower focus. But I'm going to be going down to that this year and basically just hanging out and soaking it up. So I'm getting excited for that. Looking forward
Have you
to
been
that.
before, Chad?
Cool.
I've never been to that. No.
Oh, that should be interesting to hear
So,
about.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah,
Do it.
I'm gonna run around with a Chad counter, all the damn Chads that I see, because that's basically it's a Chad convention.
Yeah, it is. It is quite maybe more on the corporate side of
Yeah.
of cannabis, but
Yeah.
yeah,
But
but it
It
should
is,
be
but,
interesting. There's a
yes.
lot of people that go to that one.
There's a lot of good just like home growers and content creators that show up there, because again, I like to geek out on some of the technology. I like to find what's smart about large cannabis and see how I can apply it to small scale cannabis.
Yeah.
And that's the place to do it, because that's where everybody goes to show their new shows and to give you their sales pitch. So I'm geek to the level of I have a map of the floor, I have the vendors that I want to visit, and I have it routed out. So yeah, I'm being strategic.
Nice. And that just reminds me before because we're going a bit long
Really?
here. We'll wrap this up.
Sorry.
But I went to that consumption lounge that opened up in Birmingham. It opened yesterday.
wow.
That was the first one. So yeah, I went there, man. I took them some stuff, and it was a real fucking nice place. They had weed chessboards, so obviously that caught my attention. And they had also a retro gaming room with a Super Nintendo in there. They got dartboards. They're gonna have live music. It's a real nice place, man. It was really nice. So I got in there, given business cards as well. And I was like, let's get you on the show so we can talk about the club they've opened up. Very nice,
Right.
everybody.
Where is this?
For
Where
sure.
is-
In Birmingham, in the UK.
How do you have a consumption lounge in the UK? We don't have any here.
Well,
in
because they
Canada.
jump in all them hoops. Like, this is just a place for people who consume cannabis medically to meet, and they have to vaporize their
Right.
cannabis.
Interesting.
They can't smoke it, and
Right.
so they're jumping through all the necessary hoops to stay open and legal. But you can also go there, and they'll help you get a prescription as well. So getting more and more people onto the medical register, which is all good. Good
That's
group
really
of guys as well. Yeah, it is really good.
Yeah.
So want to get them on the show. Hopefully we can sort that out soon, and we can learn more stuff about that. But if you're in that area, or within 100 miles of it or so, you can drive there. It don't take long. You got all them motorways that lead into the city. Yeah, man. So fucking get over there and check it out. It'll be definitely be worth it. Yeah.
Right. Agree.
Viking says that's why we don't see Macky on Letter League no more. He got real friends now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't find you as
That's
a
awesome.
challenge, Viking. That's what it is.
Oh, shots fired.
Shots
That's
shots
right.
fired.
That's right. Let's go. Let's go. I'm calling you all out. Let's go. Letter League. Let's do this. Anytime, just send me the invite. You know what I'm
shit.
saying?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah, anyway.
That's right,
anyway,
that's right.
Yeah, shots fired. Anyway, yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah,
Long news.
yeah.
Let's go to a smoke break. Let's do that.
10-4, do that.
There we go. There we go. We can chill out now. Let's see what happened with this 89 votes we have on the poll, and 70% of people say no, they do not wear a watch. That's crazy. That's
Well,
crazy.
That's right.
I don't know why you're so surprised by that stat.
That's right. Okay. I'm gonna step away for 1 second. I'll be back.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be surprised. Things are different now, but I don't look at my phone as much as the other people, I suppose. I'm happy to just quickly look at my wrist if I want to know what the time is. And my watch is so nice. It's one of those you don't have a battery in it, and you don't have to wind it. It builds up energy from kinetically, so you're just walking around, and it's charging
Oh, that's
on its
kind of
own.
cool.
Yeah, they're fucking sweet. And it's an old analog watch. It's not one of these digital fucking Apple watches and all that shit. This is an
Oh,
old
I
school
don't like
one.
I don't like the Apple Watches either.
And you can see all the, like, when you look at it, you can see the workings on the inside moving and shit.
You know what the issue is, Mackie? It's like, do kids these days know how to read an analog clock?
Yeah, my boy, he's just turned 12 and he's got a watch, which is
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding,
a real
but-
clock. But yeah, most kids don't, for real. Yeah, it's one of those. Mr. Terp says a wanker's watch. No, it's on the left hand. So if it was on the right hand, then it would probably be fast all the time. A bit too
Yeah,
overwhelmed.
but think about
you know
it.
what I'm saying?
It's a great way to get your
Yeah.
steps in for the day.
That's right.
Also true.
Yeah, cool fucking watch. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe people just don't have cool watches. If you had a cool watch, you'd wear it, right?
Yeah. And I get people that collect timepieces too, because some of them really are beautiful. For
Just
sure,
end the
but-
poll there with 90 votes, and no, I do not wear a watch. It's definitely the winner of this one. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, Canaman says it's 419 now. But let's fire up that mighty, everybody. Let's hit that shit. We did Sober October, Chad. How did you do anything like that?
Bro, I missed the memo.
Oh, no. Yeah, I did send one. I did. Yeah, a few of us over on the forum did it. We all did different things. Some people quit just weed. Some people just alcohol. Some people quit tobacco. Fair play to those guys, man. Yeah, I did everything. I had no joy in life for a whole month. It was quit coffee, quit sugar, quit alcohol, quit cannabis, quit mushrooms for a whole month. And you know, it wasn't so bad. The coffee was the worst at the start because I got headaches for like 4 or 5 days. And so other guys in the forum as well, they also were getting headaches after quitting coffee.
Yeah, those caffeine headaches are no joke.
Yeah, for days. So now I haven't gone back to coffee, even though it's November now. I haven't had a cup of coffee since the start of the month. No, just tea, And
Yeah,
Free Notes keeps
UK people
said
and your damn tea.
Macky went granola. I didn't even have granola. You see how much sugar's in granola?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like fucking 15-20%. You can't do it.
Yeah, that's a lot. Oh, yeah, there's definitely sugar in granola.
Sugar in fucking everything. It's one of the things that I learned throughout this experiment here. Is
There really is.
I wanted to do no sugar at all, but sugar is in so many things. It's one of those where I said I won't have sugary snacks. Anything over 5% sugar is a no. You know, so then I was drinking sugar-free water and all that shit, sugar-free flavored water.
What? Sugar-free water.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you know it comes that way
Water?
naturally?
What? They don't have to distill it or anything?
Right out of the tap.
No way. No way.
Mhm.
Naturally,
But yeah,
sugar-free.
it was good, man. And you know, the idea of it as well was not just to quit something for health reasons, because that's just bullshit. You know, you just enjoy what you enjoy. But it was more like to see if I had the willpower to manage to do something like that, quit all of those things
Right.
as a challenge for a whole month. And yeah, I did that. But it was also trying to encourage me to appreciate the things that I take for granted every day, like a nice glass of whiskey and a hit of the mighty, and a nice cup of coffee, you know, and sugary fucking snacks, just things you don't even think about, you know. And it definitely did that job. I missed cups of tea so fucking much. And that first time I hit some whiskey and the mighty yesterday in the session, that was worth the month off. That was delicious.
It's smoke break. Did we ask what people are smoking on? Did I miss that part when I stepped away?
Oh yeah, I think we didn't ask, did
We
we?
usually do that at the top of the show.
Yeah,
and
do
no,
it.
it
I
just
know.
It got skipped over.
Yeah, got skipped over because we were talking about other things.
Professional.
We're talking about Back to the Future. Chad's fault.
Right.
That's on you, Chad.
Right.
Obviously.
Out of control. Out of control.
Well, what are we smoking on then? Come on.
I'm smoking. I have some Royal Herness from my friend in the Netherlands. It's a great 1-to-1
Nice.
flower. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Nice.
I know what I've got. I've forgotten strawberries. Thanks, Free Notes. Was it Free Notes who figured that out for me?
Woo!
Can't remember what it was. Maybe it was Irish. Can't remember. Because I forgot what strain it was, ironically, for months. And then somebody listened to one of the old
So
episodes and he's like, "Oh, that's forgotten strawberries you've got there, Mac." He was like, "Oh, fuck yeah, it is."
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Now, does it change it now that you know that
Nope.
while you're smoking it?
Nope.
Okay.
It's exactly the same.
Okay.
Good shit.
Okay.
Delicious.
Very nice.
Yeah, what you got, Billy?
Hash.
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 Yeah.
I've got hash.
Sorry, I think we were echoing a bit there. Is that echo?
I've got hash.
What hash is it? Do you know? Is it legacy market hash?
No, it's my made hash. Bubble hash.
Oh, so your dog as well in those Halloween fucking pictures, their little dragon toothless
Oh, right,
costume, your
yeah.
little dog. That was very cute there, Billy.
Very cute, yeah.
Man.
That's
Very
what
cute
puppies
dog.
are, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's like, "Why you got these clothes on me?"
Oh yeah, because you have a puppy, don't you?
Yep.
A new puppy. That's very nice.
12 weeks.
Yeah. That's sweet. You gotta dress them up for Halloween if they're 12 weeks. You have a
Yeah,
12-week-old
you gotta.
puppy. That's the deal. That's a social contract.
I even dressed my dog up. I've dressed him up as a vampire this year.
Did you?
Yeah, the cape
No,
on and shit.
no. Yeah.
What do you mean no?
Did you really?
Yeah.
I thought he was
You're
going
calling his
somewhere with the
bluff?
vampire thing.
Yeah.
Are we-
See? It's me.
I mean, my usual approach of vampires is gay, but my dog's not a gay
Oh.
vampire.
I don't
See,
know.
I was
maybe-
waiting for it.
How would you know? If
I
it
was waiting.
But I
Dress
don't
him
know.
up that way for Halloween.
I think dogs are all that kind of way, aren't they? Because they lick other dog in peculiar
That's
places.
true.
Everywhere.
That's true.
So, dogs are a bit
Yep.
strange like that. What can you do?
They are.
Yeah.
Very
But
weird.
it was just because he's a big dog, and it was only one of the only costumes that actually fit him in the middle aisle of Aldi. When you,
Right.
you know,
You're like,
all
"Ah,
you
do
guys
you
got
want-"
Aldi, and you know what the middle aisle's like. It's just got random shit. Here's some work boots. Here's a tent for camping. That's random
Here's
shit.
a gay dog's Halloween costume.
Yeah, exactly. A gay dog Halloween costume. That's right. Fucking weird. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Oh,
Halloween,
that's
good
awesome.
fun.
Yeah.
Glad it's done and out of the way. Now we can focus on, well, nothing for a month.
Thanksgiving.
You
You
mean
see what-
Christmas?
No, don't say it, Margaret. No,
Shut the hell
no.
up, Margaret.
Jesus, it's gonna trigger me again. Fuck.
No, we can't have
I
that.
think we need to move our Thanksgivings closer together, Margaret, so that we don't have to have this argument that Thanksgiving can be after Halloween.
There was an
Well,
argument.
just also recall that a lot of people don't even do Thanksgiving, period. So the
Mhm.
fact that we even have one is kind of special.
Yeah, be
In
thankful of it.
Canada,
Mhm.
do
Yeah.
your department stores already have the Christmas decorations out?
Yeah,
Or is that
Oh,
just an
they've had it
American
out
thing?
for a few weeks.
It's
Ah,
it's
yeah.
everywhere.
Gross.
It's so gross.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
Okay.
It's terrible.
Just
Yeah.
checking.
Yeah,
That's why
no,
I put
it's
my
the
When do
Santa
you-
same.
avatar on just to take the piss.
Thanks, Billy.
That's right. Did we talk about it last year? When do you put up your tree?
Probably.
Mackey's like 2 days before.
Well, no, I have to put it up on the 2nd of December. That's the deal I have with the wife.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
It's like absolutely not any way through November, and then get a day off after November, and then Christmas time starts on the 2nd of December for me.
Okay.
I see.
Okay.
Well, I always put mine up early December because one of my kids had an early December birthday, so we'd put it up after her
Ah.
birthday.
That's right. That's right.
Unless she was like, "Yeah, we can put it up sooner than that."
hmm
So
Sounds fair.
Hmm.
Sounds fair.
Yeah.
Viking was
Yeah.
over there in the chat the
Oh.
other day, just talking about fucking love Christmas, love Christmas, fucking October, Viking. So I censored. I went to ChatGPT and I was like, give me a list of any words you can think of that's related to Christmas, and he gave me a long list, and I copy and pasted that into our restricted words section up in chat. And then everybody's fucking messages talking about Christmas, and it's just all asterisks everywhere. We had no idea what anybody was saying.
that's funny.
That's
The real
right.
question we should be asking who has their tree up already?
Oof.
Oh, not me.
Come on.
Anybody? Anybody?
Come out the closet, everybody.
No.
It's okay to admit it. It's okay to
See,
admit it.
it's-
There's people
it's
that love
not.
Christmas.
We always used to wait until after Thanksgiving, like the day after
Right.
Thanksgiving.
Right.
Yeah.
That's usually when we would do it.
I
here.
came home from school one time, and like you get your 6 weeks holiday over summertime, and then you go back to school in September, 3rd or 4th of September. And I went to school one day after the 6 weeks holiday, came back, and my mom was drunk as she usually was, and the Christmas tree was up early September.
Holy.
You want to wonder why I got fucking issues, bro?
Yeah, I'd have kicked it.
How about that?
Yeah, that's
How
way
about
too
that?
early.
Fuck yeah, no.
No.
She
Frankly,
has it
I
up
like-
now. What can you do?
Does she?
Yeah, yeah.
That's-
She loves Christmas. It's weird.
Oh,
It's
let's
too early for me. But I
Yeah.
do like a Christmas tree because you can probably relate to this, John.
Okay.
It's so dark that a Christmas
Yeah.
tree adds a little light and sparkle
It does.
when
It
it's
does. It's
dark
beautiful.
and dreary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does at Christmas time. It does indeed.
Yeah.
So I'm a real tree person,
Ah,
and I have been for years, man. Like when I was a kid growing up, my grandparents used to have a real Christmas tree every year.
yeah.
And then all the stupid fake Christmas trees came out. It's just not the same, man. A real Christmas tree gives you that smell in the house. Oh, but I gotta water it. Yeah, water it. You're already watering your plants upstairs.
But
Water your
Chad's been
goddamn Christmas tree.
Chad's been a bit quiet over there. What are you saying, Chad? Trying to avoid this conversation, bro. You got your Christmas tree up over there, just trying to be quiet about it.
Not yet, but that's only because I won't let my wife put one up until after Thanksgiving. Otherwise, we probably would be decorating about now.
Same here,
Halloween's
though. Same
over.
here, definitely. Gosh,
So
man.
crazy, man.
I like the real tree though. I've always had a real tree.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I've always just the smell is so
Mhm.
associated with the holidays for me that
Hmm.
I don't know if I could do the fake tree.
Oh, never
Oh,
had a real
I
one.
hate it so much.
Yeah, I think we only did a real one like a couple times growing up.
It
Yeah,
was a pain in the ass. Fucking pins falling everywhere. Things
Who
drying out.
cares?
Yeah.
it's called a
Fucking
broom,
living
Macky.
tree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my wife would care
Vacuum.
vacuum with all that fucking shit all the time. She'd be screwing.
Get a Roomba,
Yeah.
goddammit.
Maybe
You'll be
we'll do it
fine.
this. Maybe we'll do it this
This-
year and see how she feels.
I'm
Well,
putting
this
up the
this
fake
makes
tree.
yeah, this makes a lot more sense when you said she put it up in September. I'm like, well, hey, if that stayed alive all the way through Christmas, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, no shit. Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, with the bugs into the house with the Christmas tree.
right.
They froze off. All right, buddy. Fine.
Dude, too soon. Too soon. I
Oh.
did give my plants bugs from a Christmas tree 2 years
Did
ago.
you
Oh,
really?
really?
Gosh.
I did. It's still
Oh.
too soon.
Which ones?
There were
Which bugs?
aphids. There were
Okay.
aphids.
Wow.
Wow.
And they came in, and it's not typical, but it is possible. And I didn't really think about it or realize it until, my wife said, I'm under the tree holding it up on top of the stand, and my wife says it's straight, and then you slam it down onto the spike in the
Yeah.
stand so it really stands. And as soon as I did that, not only did Mackie's needles drop all over, I start to see these little things crawl across the
Hold on
hardwood
for a
floor.
second. How are they my fucking
Oh,
needles?
crap.
They don't associate me with any Christmas shit, bro. They're not my fucking needles, bro. Fuck.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah, I
Oh.
learned from that point forward, if I do put a tree in and I see that, get beneficials. That's
Yep.
start early.
Wow.
Yeah, beneficial
Yep.
insects in your garden.
Anyway,
There you go.
let's
That never would have
should-
occurred to me.
should we go and talk about more cannabis growing things?
I mean, we can.
We should. Yeah, we could if we wanted. But Billy,
Okay, we should.
Billy, you've also been quiet. You got a Christmas tree up there, Billy, hiding in the background?
No, don't be silly. We've got a puppy. She fucking
Oh,
eat
yeah.
it.
Oh,
Yeah,
attack
that's
it
true.
And eat everything on it. So no.
Yeah, you're
Mhm.
gonna have to wait till
Yep.
for a
Next
while.
year.
Yeah.
Next
Anyway.
year.
So we'll just skip it this year.
Yep. Fuck it.
But it's
so-
true, the puppy could probably
Yep.
chew on everything.
So- Yeah, back to it then. Thank you, Chet. But just to know, everybody, we had a nice discussion about Christmas there. I don't want to hear it for the rest of the fucking month. There'll be no more Christmas discussions on the show until
Ah,
fucking December.
humbug.
Fucking hell. Fucking proper led me on there. Fucking dragged me into that conversation. Christmas tree. Fucking.
Sorry.
Time for the grow guides. Triggered now.
Grow guys. Dun, dun,
Here we
dun.
go. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas.
After he just said, I'm so sick of it, I don't hear anything
What
about
a
it.
son of a bitch you are.
He comes out with a Christmas tree song.
Fucker.
Good tune though, good tune.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah,
Classic.
that's
Classic.
Yeah.
It is classic.
Yes.
Mackie's secretly got the
Anyway.
Mariah Carey CD out already.
Oh.
Man, what's this? Fucking 1995? We all got them on MP3, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, a lot of
yeah.
people are going back to the analog shit these days, so
Mm.
Yeah.
Got,
Little
got it on-
vinyl action.
Got it on cassette. You know what I'm
Ooh.
saying?
Ooh, a good old cassette.
Old
Mm.
school. Anyway, yes, so to the grow guide. We've got a few
Okay.
things to cover in this week's episode. As we do, we're covering a few different topics, and we also got some interesting listener mail questions to get to in a little bit as well. But for now, we're going to talk about how to maximize light efficiency in your grow, which is obviously very important because the more efficient it is, the less electricity you're wasting. And especially here in the UK, electricity doesn't come cheap. We're also going to talk about how to prevent and treat powdery mildew, which might be happening to many growers at this time of year because it's starting to get cold. And that shit, it likes the cold. So we'll talk about that in a little bit as well. How to manage water temperatures for healthier roots, because that's something that's often overlooked. If you're watering your plants and the water's too fucking cold, your roots are going to be very unhappy. So we're going to cover that and make sure you're paying attention to the temperature of your water as well. And then we're talking about how to transplant without stressing your plants, because there's some nice easy techniques that you can use that make the whole process a lot fucking easier, which is a lot less stress on you and on the plants as well. So it's a win-win all round. We're going to discuss that, and then we're going to get to the listener mail. So we'll start at the beginning, and we're going to talk about light efficiency. Yes. What other better place is there to start? Yeah. Then at the beginning.
I mean, it is the thing you need the most of, right? Like, you got to have good light.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And
I mean, this should be where you spend your money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and get a good one. So this one's me, I guess.
That's
right?
you, John. Mm-hmm.
So why it matters, everybody. Light is energy, and wasted light equals wasted potential. Getting the most from your setup boosts yield and quality, and we're going to talk about how to improve your efficiency. You want to keep your lights clean and free of dust. Okay, I got one on this one.
Let's go.
When everybody started growing, did you even pay attention to this with your first lights and stuff?
Oh, yeah, because I was growing in HPS. So you had to make sure that bulb was clean, because if you had fingerprints or dirt on it and that got too hot, it can crack the bulbs. You have to make sure that your bulbs are clean if you're using the HID kind of lighting.
Right. But what about LEDs when you switched over?
No.
Did you worry about it as much?
No.
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't in the beginning until I got my first decent quantum board.
Mm-hmm.
And I could start to see the dust and residue build up on it. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well, that's going to be on the back. Did it get on the lights, on the diodes?
Yeah, on the lights, yeah.
Wow.
Yep. And I think that one had this kind of silicone coating on it, so you could really see dust on it. It was nuts.
Yeah.
So,
and I suppose that would make a difference to the efficiency of it. How often would you say it was good to clean the lights then? Every grow, maybe, just while there's no plants.
Every grow you should wipe it down. I mean, how often do you wipe out your tent? If you're growing in a tent, how often are you actually going in, tearing everything apart and wiping it all down?
In between each grow, yeah.
Yeah, so you should wipe your light down at that point too. Fans too are terrible. Anyways, continuing on, we're going to maintain the correct hanging height for each growth stage, because then, your plant's getting what you need. Use reflective walls like Mylar in tents is Mylar and stuff, and white paint if you're doing it in a room, which my flower room is painted white, very bright in there. Ensure an even canopy coverage with proper plant training. Everybody loves that scrog. And rotate plants if needed for balanced light exposure. So that's the main things. Anybody else got anything on that one?
Well, let's go back to that maintaining the correct hanging height, because that is definitely an important one. And that whole inverse square law, right? The further away the light is, the less energy is getting to the plants, and the further it grows exponentially as it gets further and further away. So you want it at the correct height. Most LED lights would recommend between 18 and 24 inches away from the canopy, or the highest parts of the plants. And this is why training is important, because you've got these really tall plants, they're 5 foot tall plants, and then you got another 2 feet above that where your light's hanging, then the bottom of the plant there, if it's 5 foot tall, is going to be 6 feet away from the light. That's a crazy amount of distance for that light to travel. It's not going to be efficient. But if you do some training and keep the plant 2 foot tall but 4 foot wide, for example, then that's gonna be a lot more efficient with the light. It's not gonna have such a large distance away from the light. You can get it much closer across the whole plant, and that's why topping the train is important. But remember the old HPS days, and you'd hold your hand underneath the light and see where it was too hot, and if it was too hot, it's too close to the plant. There was no set space, but that was about 18 inches. It just depended on the power of your bulb.
On the light, yeah, for sure.
But
Yeah.
everybody's
Oh.
using these LEDs now, isn't it? You just get yourself a
Right.
decent LED, and they're
So much-
efficient enough.
Yeah.
Right.
You say,
They're-
Margaret?
they're
There's
good.
so much.
Just say they're just so efficient. You can't. How can
Mhm.
you?
Mm-hmm.
Energy costs a lot of money these days.
Yeah, for sure.
Does.
Yeah, so don't be burning any fucking HPS. The days of HPS are over, everybody. You need to be focusing on growing with LED lights now. I
Yeah,
remember back in
yeah.
the day when
Back in the
LEDs were
day.
first coming out, and people were like, "Oh, HPS is king, and it will always be king." And it's like, nope, them days are gone. You know what I'm saying, but
Oh,
yeah,
I-
cheap to run,
I-
cheap to buy, but not cheap to run. What are you saying, John?
On the little tip we have here, a cheap lux or par meter can save you loads by showing you. I'm going to put it in quotes exactly how much light your plants are really getting.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't use a lux meter. I have the Photon app that measures par, and that thing seems to work pretty goddamn good.
Yeah, man.
I like that one
It'll give you
too.
numbers. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I use
you-
it. It's cost effective, and from the professionals that I know that have and use the $500 meters, they're like, yeah,
Mhm.
Photon is always within a few, so
Yep.
it works.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Sweet. Mate, this
lady.
is the thing you got to spend most of your money on when it comes to your growing, when you're buying your setup, and it's also going to be what you're spending the most money on when you are when you're paying the electricity bill as well. So it's very important to make it as efficient as possible. Use it properly. Make sure you check the manufacturer's instruction manual and shit. I know, being blokes, we have problems with reading instruction manuals, but this is for the best. Get the instruction manual out, give it a good read. You know, make sure that you know the distances, how it works. If it's got one of those fucking, them dimmer switches lights have now, that's crazy. They
Love
never
'em.
used to have those. But making use of that properly, so you're getting even more efficient then. Don't waste light by having it reflect off the floor, You try and keep
Yeah.
the whole floor space
See,
covered with
and
plants.
I guess one thing we could add to this is maybe use the correct size light to the what you're growing. Don't be using your 4x4 bar light to grow 6 little seeds.
Right.
Yes. Be
That's
efficient.
Yeah.
light efficiency right there, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
So Margaret harvested your outdoor grow recently, huh?
Yeah, I did.
How did it go?
It went pretty good. Yeah.
Any
Happy
mold
with
or
it.
anything? Did you?
No, not this year. I think
Nice.
this season was too fucking dry.
Nice.
Really.
This
So-
is a
good.
beautiful season outdoor.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It
around here,
was. It
for
was pretty
sure.
dry during the midsummer though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah.
0 water.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
powdery mildew is a problem that arises outdoors, especially at this time of year for people growing, because it starts to get wet and cold, and then shit starts to happen. You want to cover powdery mildew, Margaret?
Yeah. This is how to prevent and treat powdery mildew if you're so unfortunate as to get some, which happens to everybody, honestly.
Mhm.
So
Mm.
it's basically a fungal infection that looks like the white dust on the leaves, and it spreads fast in humid conditions. So if you're growing indoors and you can control the humidity, try and keep your humidity below 55% during flower. Increase the airflow and avoid stagnant air. Prune the lower growth to improve circulation.
Mhm.
And use silica or foliar sprays. Foliar? I don't know how to say that word. Sprays in neem early in veg. Which I've never actually used any of those. Why are you laughing, John?
Well, because you cruise over the names, but this word you just couldn't put together.
You know,
Yeah, well, we
foliar.
all have our off moments. We all have our
That's
off
right.
moments. So what do you
It is
do
a
if you
weird
get
word.
it? It is weird, right?
Mhm.
It's like the word rural. Rural?
Yeah, rural.
Yeah.
Wow.
Say that 10 times fast.
Rural.
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 Yeah.
But what about that word Worcestershire?
Ah,
Suck
easy.
it. How about
Worcestershire
that?
sauce.
Worcestershire. Wow, go on, Margaret. You said it better than me.
Rural.
Fuck.
Worcestershire sauce? Like,
But I
what?
No,
can't say
John,
foliar.
that was a 4. That was a
Worcestershire
4.
sauce.
That wasn't so bad. No, let's just carry on with the fucking treatment for powdery mildew. Jesus.
So what happens if you get some of this nasty stuff? Well, first. Remove the infected leaves immediately. Spray
Immediately.
immediately. Don't fuck around. Don't pass go. Don't collect 200. Remove the leaves. Spray
That's
with
right.
diluted hydrogen peroxide or potassium bicarbonate solution, and keep
Okay.
those fans running to keep the rest of the foliage, or
Mhm,
to dry the
mhm.
rest of the foliage quickly.
You can use full fat milk as well. And water.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
treatment that lots of people use is milk. Crazy.
Just regular old milk.
Huh.
Well, full fat milk. We want to get the good shit.
Oh,
And
like when
that-
like a
What do we call that?
homogenized-
Whole milk?
Yeah. And you'd
The
want to paint it on. You know, if you're in flower and you got buds growing, you obviously don't want to spray anything on your buds. So the powdery mildew shouldn't spread too far. It's quite local to a certain area of the plant, and you can paintbrush it with some milk or the hydrogen peroxide and potassium bicarbonate. You can use those as well. But hydrogen peroxide, H2O2, easy to find, and there's also,
Cheap.
I mean, when you come to bud rot, that kind of mold, it's like that bud's. You just don't use it, just throw it away. But
Yeah.
I've seen people, and Jorge Cervantes is one of those who has had powdery mildew on the plants. But I don't know if it got on the buds or if it was just on the leaves. But he would wash the buds with the hydrogen peroxide solution, and that would help get rid of the powdery mildew on the plant. So, and then it doesn't destroy the bud. So it's not like if you see powdery mildew, it's game over, like it is with bud rot. There are some treatments where you might be able to save it. So it's not as bad as the bud rot mold, but it's still mold. You know, you want to be cautious. I wouldn't do it if I had powdery mildew on buds. Then I personally, I'd be like, no, that's gone. I'll treat it as bud rot. It's gone.
Yeah.
But, other people, they would treat it with the hydrogen peroxide. What do you think about this, Chad?
Yeah.
Do you know much about powdery mildew?
Oops, I was on mute there. Sorry. Yeah, everything that you guys have mentioned.
He wasn't really.
is-
He was hitting the bong. That's what it was. He's like,
No,
he said
I'd
my name's
probably be
shit.
coughing. I'd be coughing. Airflow is your best friend. That's a good thing because these
Yeah.
spores are always all over the environment, keeping it in the right range. Probably the one thing I would add, since you guys really hit it all, is a sneaky little technique to help you or to spot it, and particularly for indoor growers. But during the dark period, if you use a black light or a UV light and you shine it over the leaves, PM will kind of fluoresce. So
Oh, interesting.
really?
as well as bug poop too. So
Yeah.
you can kind
There's
of
other
like
things that
ninja
would glow.
scout your crop.
Yeah, there's loads of things
Yeah.
that glow under black lights. Billy would know this, and you probably see loads of things over his
Oh,
plants
fuck.
shine a fucking black light on his plant. You know what I'm saying, Billy?
Oh my
I'm
god!
using the same excuse. I was on mute. Nah.
Oh shit!
Well, yeah.
Uh,
It was a good idea. It's a good idea. Who was it as well? I can't remember. I
Yeah,
think
that's a
somebody
good
in the
one.
chat was talking about going to the golf course at night and using a black light torch to look for golf balls because they'll just glow and they're easy to find. You can sell them for a couple of quid. You know what I'm saying? This is not
Okay.
financial advice. Anyway, so we want to talk about water temperature now. Well, Billy, you didn't mention anything about powdery mildew. Have you ever had that before? You got anything to add there?
No, just the full fat milk I've used on
yeah.
a friend's plant when it is in veg, so it didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So it was easy to do.
Yeah, man.
You just spray it all and then wipe it down.
Yeah, I wonder why that works. Do you think it's something to do with the fat, or maybe it's the lactobacillus bacteria?
It's the fats in the milk.
All right.
Huh.
Yeah, that's why I use full fat milk, because the more fats in it, the more it works.
Right.
Okay. Nice. So let's talk about water temperature then, because this is something that is often overlooked, I find. When I was, in the early days of growing in DWC, I'd fill up the buckets and change the buckets every fucking day. It was a mission. It was terrible. But I didn't worry about the temperature, and I'd just fill up buckets of fucking cold water coming out the tap and just change them. The roots must have been like, fucking Jesus.
Same.
Just
They're like,
curling
we're
up
not
and
cold
shit.
plunging here.
You know what I mean? What the fuck is this? But they were clean roots.
Yeah.
I tell you that, them roots were clean. But damn, yeah, I didn't even take it into consideration. Nowadays, I do. When I water cocoa, then I'd have like 8 2-liter jugs going into a bucket, and I make 3 of them warm water and 5 of them cold, and then it's a nice like room temperature kind of vibe, which I think that does well. You're apparently supposed to have it around 18 degrees C is a good temperature for watering your plants. So I'm not too sure around that. I mean, it just seems warm. I don't know. Maybe a little cold is okay, but apparently 18 to 22, 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in freedom units, but that's if you're in hydroponics, DWC, NFT, those kind of mediums that are made mostly of, the medium itself is water. But then if you got soil or cocoa where the roots are inside something, that would even work for rockwool and things like that. Where the roots are in something, you can be a little bit warmer, so 20 to 22 C. And the plants are happy. You're not shocking their roots. You got to think about their natural habitat. It tends to be warm, and if it rains in those, when it rains in those areas, the rain's not going to be fucking freezing cold, is it? It's going to be the same kind of temperature as the air is around the plants. So yeah, take that into consideration when watering, and so you don't shock their roots. One of the good things to do, you don't need to. You can just get the cold water, but if you're getting it out the tap, you might want to leave it sitting there for 24 hours just to degas, let that chlorine evaporate from it. That's what some people do. And in that 24 hours, then the water's going to adjust to become room temperature, which is just about right for the plants. Then it's not going to be freezing cold. You can, if you don't have that kind of time, you want to get it done quick, you can use an aquarium heater. These people, these rich people with their tropical fish tanks, all these
and their
fucking
watches,
glow in the dark fish. Yeah. Don't start this one again, John. Jesus. Did none of you wear a watch? Is it just me wearing a watch?
I have worn a watch at certain periods of my life, but just not in the last 20 years.
Fucking, that makes you sound like a right dickhead, Margaret.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just being honest. I haven't worn a watch in a while.
Anyway,
there's a long list that does that, though, isn't
yeah,
there, really?
These rich people with their fish tanks, tropical fish tanks. I love
fish
that.
tanks
shit,
in this
man.
economy.
Exactly,
who the hell can afford one of them?
Especially in the tropical ones, you can't even afford food. You'd have to eat the fish.
All 3 ounces of it. I filleted it for dinner.
But yeah, I love fish tanks. Fish tanks are fucking awesome. Just expensive. But anyway, they have heaters, so you can heat up some water to the correct temperature by using one of those. So there's ways you can get it up. If you wanted to get the temperature up in the water faster, you could use one of those. But it's good to just leave it to sit for 24 hours. Or, like I do, just put the right amount of hot water in compared to the amount of cold water in. And if you're using jugs, you can keep track of it. Like I say, 2 to 6. Then or 2 to 5, whichever it was, I can't remember. But you just get used to the kind of equipment and what you have access to, so you know how many hot jugs versus cold jugs need to be put in to make the right temperature. It's not like you need to check it every day, as long as you're consistent. I'm saying, yes, but it is important, everybody. So don't just pour freezing cold water into the root zone, because the plants will be very upset with you. They'll start flinching when they hear you coming if you're going to treat them like that. You know what I mean? So you just bear that in mind. And of course, temperature as well. If you're growing in the living soil like Billy does, then the bacteria is important. So it's not just the roots you're shocking; it's the little bacteria living there as well. You want to try and keep them happy and healthy. And flooding them with freezing cold water isn't going to make them happy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Billy? Do you degas your water, don't you, Billy? So you leave it sitting there for a while.
Yeah, I leave it standing for like a day, and then with the worm shit in it, and then use that afterwards.
Mm-hmm. So what do you do, John? What about you? How do you prepare your water?
Yep, I fill 5-gallon buckets with RO water and let them sit until I use them.
Okay.
Refill and refill.
Yeah, Margaret, what about you?
Just good old tap water. Let it sit.
Do you think about the temperature at all, or do you just give it what it's given?
Yeah, I do, because like the water can run really hot or really cold, so I just try and do it like a neutral temperature, because I'm like, I think they'll like that. I think that feels like a nice bath.
Mm-hmm.
Or
what about you, Chad? What's your technique?
Yeah, I usually do. Well, I try to let it sit out for 24 hours. Sometimes it's not as long as I normally would.
Mm-hmm.
The big deal with the water temperature too is the dissolved oxygen. Like for freedom units, I know you mentioned Celsius, 68 is the ideal.
Yeah.
Nice.
The colder you get, the more dissolved oxygen there is. But it, as you say, it could also shock the roots. Too warm, not enough dissolved oxygen can lead to root rot. So yeah, there is a magic to the temperature of your water.
Mm-hmm. Good, man.
Very good.
So bear that in mind, everybody. Don't just
Yep.
throw water into the root zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Chad, do you want to talk about transplanting? Do you want to take over that one?
Yeah, transplanting. I personally like to do it when the soil is a little bit moist. I try to avoid it when it's really dry because I find that it
Moist.
sticks.
Jesus. I was going to say, Chad, you have to try and
waiting for
avoid that
that.
word as well. Billy's around. Try the
I'm
M
hitting
word
all
there. Yeah, try.
all the trigger words today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
So yes. So yeah, that's I try to do. Damn it, I try to do it when the soil is a little bit wetter than it is drier. You want to avoid transplant shock, which can kind of slow the growth and stunt the plants. So you want to be gentle, but when it's nice and compact, I do the the Spock technique is what I call it. To live long and prosper. You do that, make that symbol with your hand, and then you put that stem in between those two middle fingers. So as you flip your container, that stem is still secure, but the soil rests on your palm. And then that way it's easier to get into the next pot. You should really kind of transplant when the roots hit the edge of the pot. I typically, every little potter has those little holes in the bottom. Typically, when you see the white tips hitting there, for me, that's time to up pot unless it's already in the final pot. And then obviously you need to adjust things like, your watering. And when I transplant, I usually typically, again, because the thing that I'm moving into there has been watered recently, I typically make sure to saturate the ring or the outside, the new soil in that pot, and then let the equilibrium between the two soil moisture levels equal out.
Right.
So that's kind of my approach to it. Happy to answer any specific questions, though, if anybody in chat has things.
But with my technique, I'll cover the technique that I do, because I only use plastic pots. Well, I have air pots, but what I mean by plastic pots is like normal potting pots, a few holes in the bottom, like you mentioned, where the white roots come out of there. And I use that
Nursery
for like
pots.
the first week or two. And then when it's ready for transplant, I'll do what Chad said there. You do the live long and prosper thing, goes over the stem, turn it upside down. Just a gentle squeeze on the pot. Don't try and break the soil in there. You want to try and keep that intact. So just a little squeeze around the edges so you can put it off nice and easy. And then you're good to go. But for the medium, I'd first bury a pot of the same size, or that pot itself. And fill the soil around it, because then you're getting this kind of template. And I use cocoa, so the good thing with cocoa, I've watered it beforehand, so it's all wet and all the excess water's run out, and it's just a nice density. So you put the pot in there and then bury it, and then lift it out. You got a nice template for when you take the pot off. You got all the root zone in the exact same shape, and then you just plop it in there. It's like a key into a lock. It takes a little practice to make sure that everything doesn't fall apart, and to get the actual plants in there without the cocoa in the pot breaking up as well. That can be difficult. It takes a bit of practice, but if you get it right, the plant won't even notice. And I mentioned the plastic pot thing as well, because the whole air pruning thing takes place. And if you leave it in plastic pots where it's not going to air prune, then you're more likely to get root bound, because the roots will just keep on growing. But I like to use the fabric pots that transplant into a fabric pot or an air pot, because then it air prunes the roots, which is always good.
Yes.
It's an excellent technique. Yeah, excellent technique you mentioned, the Cyclops method or whatever we call for it. But yeah, you basically build the hole with the same pot size in the new pot size to basically just plug it straight in there. One thing that I will mention, though, I love fabric pots, but only as my final pots. Because if you've ever tried to transplant out of a fabric pot, you see how hard it is with all the roots. Yeah. So plastic to fabric is actually how I like to run it.
Same. Yeah. That's the way to do it.
Ooh.
But with cocoa as well, just one thing to add there. When I do water the cocoa before I transplant into it, I'd water that cocoa with the same pH and EC that I've been watering the seedlings in the earlier pot. So then the medium in the pot of the small plant and the big pot with no plant in it yet are both the same. So that's even less shock for the plant. It's the same medium it's going into, there's just more of it. Barely even notices. It's a nice way to transplant. But Billy, your transplanting method with the living soil. You bury your fabric pots, don't you, into your soil?
Yeah, I'll put it into the soil so then the roots just grow out of through that and into the next load of soil, which is in a fabric pot as well. So it's quite easy. It's good.
Yeah, man. What about you, John? What's your technique for transplanting?
Well, you could have watched it the other night when me and Viking were sitting in the video chat there. I was transplanting like 4 of them, man.
He's never gonna let us live it down, is he?
I'm gonna tell you what. So those plants sat in my bedroom or in my veg tent for a long time, and they were rootful. Like you people would have probably cried as I'm sitting there. Like, so when that happens, don't do this on the normal, but like I start to break apart the roots and I'll cut them to get them to grow, and that causes shock, people. So be prepared if you ever have to do that. I
Try
don't
not to get to
suggest
that
it,
stage.
but it does happen. Yeah, like I let them go probably a month too long in a nursery pot. I bet they were real root bound, but I don't know, it'll probably be 2 weeks, and they'll be growing down into my reservoir in my, that my pots are in.
Yeah, man.
So
that's it. They will
come
recover.
back.
You just want to try and do it because sometimes it just happens, doesn't it? I've had like the root break as I'm going from the small part into the big part, and then like the cocoa just breaks in half, and with it, all the fucking roots that are in it as well, and you're like, shit.
Yeah.
You just want to do it with as little stress as possible. Which, if you get the technique right, then there will be no stress. It should barely even notice a difference. It might even be like, oh, this is so much fucking better. So opposite of stress, it'd be like, oh yeah, I got space, I got some extra food.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? So you do it right. But for hydroponics, I mean, there's not really much transplanting to do. Really, depends on the method you've got. If you want to net pots with a few clay pellets with it, and then roots growing outside of that, you're just putting it into another bucket or another tub when you're doing that kind of hydroponics. So the only thing you really have to consider there when you're transplanting is to make sure the temperature of the water and the EC and the pH is the same as the water it's coming out of. Try and make it as close as possible just to shock the roots less. But there's really not much to do in them instances. But, with rock wool, if you're growing in rock wool, then rock wool comes in different sizes. You buy the small one first, which is like inch by an inch, plant in that, and then when the roots start growing out of it, you put it in the next one, 4 inch by 4 inch, and then when that one's done, you put it in the next one. So and they can just slot into each other nice and easy, and not much transplanting to do there. So it depends on the medium you've got, but most people growing in cocoa or soil, just bear that in mind to bury a pot first. You can even bury the plant that you're transplanting in the soil or the cocoa first. Cover it over, get a little bit of tapping down to make sure it's firm and it's not going to fall apart when you take the pot out. But if you're gentle, you take it out, the hole is just going to sit there in the same shape as what the pot was. Like Chad said, do the 2 fingers one side, 2 fingers the other. That what's that? Peace and prosper.
The Vulcan.
Yeah, that one. You know the shape.
Live long and prosper.
That's right. The geek gang sign. And then put that over the stem, and tap the pot a little bit, take it off, and just slide it straight in. It's nice and easy, and then water after that as well, because it helps everything settle. And it's nice and easy. Don't stress too much. But
I've got a 2-finger technique that helps fill moist holes.
Whoa. God damn it.
Of course you do.
Son of a bitch.
It never ends. It never ends. What's the technique, Billy? God. Do you really have a technique, or you just...
Yeah, tell us, Billy.
Oh.
Shit.
Well, like you said, like 2 fingers
Margaret,
one side, 2 the other.
You need someone to verify whether it's bullshit or not.
Right. All true. Good point.
Yeah.
Right then. So that's all the questions we have. But of course, if you have any questions, anybody, or need some advice, or just a little walkthrough, if you're transplanting for the first or second time and you're just not sure of things, then of course you can find us over on percysgrowroom.com, and we'll be able to walk you through the process if you need help. But yeah, don't be shy. Ask for help if you need it, and then you don't have to worry about problems arising where you're going to be forced to come and ask for help because you need it. So just go over to Percy's and ask for help anytime. It's a nice place. It's got dark mode kind of now. Right, so let's go on to listener mail. Are we ready for some listener mail?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, so the first one we have from Squidward, not the guy from the that TV show. We don't want to get sued. Don't want to get sued. Yes. He asks, how about getting the right dry back after transplant in cocoa? And I don't know what he means by this, because if you're growing in cocoa, you don't want dry back. The cocoa needs to be slightly wet at all times. There is a certain word you could use in place of slightly wet, but I don't want to trigger Billy. All right.
Yep. So I got a question about that, what you just said there. For the dry back and cocoa, you don't like that. So what do you consider? Because I feel like some people consider dry back a little bit different, maybe. You know what I mean?
What is dry back? What does he mean by dry back?
Right. Because like when I think of dry back, like I don't consider it getting dry. You know what I mean? Like I consider it getting less wet. You know what I mean? Like not to the point of dry, but just before that. So it's got enough dryness to it to where it's not always flooding.
See, the thing is, when it comes to cocoa, is you got the EC spikes happen. There's a certain amount of salt in the water as it's given to the plants, which raises the EC of the medium. Say it goes to like 1.2. And then the plant's going to drink that water and absorb the nutrients at the same time. Same EC, it's going to be nice and happy. But when the medium's drying out, that's water evaporating from the medium as well.
Yeah.
And as the water evaporates, it leaves behind the salts, which raises the EC of the medium. So the drier it gets, the more salts are going to be left behind with no water, which raises the EC even more. And you get the EC spikes. So that becomes a problem for the plant.
Okay.
So to make sure that doesn't happen, if you keep it wet all the time, then it's always going to be a balanced EC, and the plant doesn't get any EC spikes, doesn't get these wide pH swings because of the extra salts in it. And that's the theory in between keeping a cocoa wet at all times, because you just don't want to get that EC spike, which can lead to salt buildup.
Okay.
So I don't know what he means by dry back.
Not how people. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I feel like a lot of people have different thoughts of what dry back is. You know what I mean? So that's why I wanted to bring it up.
What do you think, Chad? What does dry back mean to you? He's on mute again.
Dang, mute again. Sorry. Yeah. Dry back, it's just a method of crop steering that I do hear more in the cocoa side of things, because with living soil, don't really want to do it because you'll affect your microbe populations. You have to have some sort of way to measure it. I use tensiometers, which is nice. It's basically the amount of tension that the soil is pulling from this tube filled with water. It tells me how much water is in the soil. Having specific data, dry backs can be great because, again, you mentioned it raises EC. It's a method of crop steering to supercharge your plants. But unless you have that data or that hard number, you just subjectively saying, oh, dry back. So that's kind of my thoughts on it.
Right.
If that makes sense at all. Like you have to have a way to measure these types of things to use it effectively. It is a tool, but it's not effective unless you actually have parameters you can control.
It makes sense. I hope that helps there, Squidward. I would say the right amount of dry back is none. And like Chad said there, you can do it if you have the right equipment to be able to track these things properly. It's easy to keep things simple. Just keep it simple. Get a few grows done. If you're new to this, maybe you're an experienced grower and this is something that you're looking into improve a certain percentage of your grows or something. But I would not keep it simple. Water every day with cocoa. Every day.
Sounds like it needs some lube.
What was that, Billy?
Keep it.
I said dry back sounds like it needs some lube.
Oh my God.
Keeping it simple. Keeping it simple is the best way to go. Learn your plants, watch your plants, observe your plants, and then start playing with things. Because you're not going to know why the plant is doing what it is unless you've just kept it simple in the beginning. So
that's
keep
good
it simple.
advice.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, man. So let's go to this one from Irish Grower. This is interesting, Chris. We got a couple from Irish today. What is the best cultivar everyone has found for productivity? I had something unknown for the black market years ago, and felt like, trigger word everybody, Elon Musk after consuming it, but so far nothing I've had has even given me the same effects. Wondering what cannabinoid it was that got the brain firing. Cheers. John, what do you think about this? Is there a specific cultivar you found?
When you first said this, my question was, what did he mean by productivity? Are we talking about like being able to continue on for the day and have a, just be like focused and doing stuff?
No,
is that how you're
taking
like
smoking a sativa.
Elon Musk, he means working 18 hours a day, getting everything done, sort of thing.
Yeah. So like, I guess for me, it's got to be that high air quotes sativas, like the lemon haze. I love that.
I was gonna say lemon sativa would probably.
The
lemon haze would be one of the best, I'd say, for that.
Yeah, they really get you up there, in my opinion. Like it doesn't. I don't know whenever I want to do stuff,
a fruity sativa,
I'm hitting that, and that's gonna get me going. So that's my suggestion.
What do you suggest, Margaret?
I was thinking something with like citrus or pine terpenes. Usually does it for me.
Ooh, the piney.
Yeah, and they'll like probably in a sativa, like a Jack Herer or something like that.
Yep, the
When
purple.
I say that for
right
everything, I
now.
really like Jack Herer. I've also heard a few people talking about THCV as something that's good for like productivity, but I haven't really tried that for myself because it's still not that easy to find. I think, generally speaking, but as far as a cannabinoid goes, anyway.
Right, you Billy, you got any strain that or cultivar that points out to you and makes your product more productive, makes you kill on battlefield?
Yeah, no, not really. But I just think the lemons and like you said, the lemon haze is probably one of the best for that I've found as well. So yeah, I'd go that way if I really wanted to. But I think it's all down to how you feel as well at the time.
Yeah. That's a good point. Set and setting.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Were you saying, Chad? Were you saying something there?
Yeah, I kind of agree too. The daytime stuff, I always look to a lemon or limonene terpenes, energetic or, productive, as they're saying. Hazes are usually a good one. And to follow up what Margaret was saying there, THCV tends to be higher in a lot of the equatorial sativa types. So the fact that it's coupled in with the sativa maybe has something to do with the effects of THCV as well. And a lot more of the outdoor grown stuff will have that, but variety wise, more equatorial sativas. I have a friend, indica hits him like a sativa hits him like an indica. I've tried fooling him many times and it still stays true. So yeah, people's bodies are going to be different.
Yeah.
So if you try some of these hazes and you're just like, man, I'm just like sleepy, maybe try something opposite end of the spectrum and see if that is, floating your boat for productivity.
Right. Experiment. See what works.
I think the haze name kind of is it's not right for what we're talking about right now, right?
No,
when you think of haze, you think that's going to put me in a haze. I want to be out of it. You know what I mean?
No, when I think of haze, I just think of flavor. That's all I think. The flavor of a haze is what I don't consider it, because different ones have had different effects, So I just enjoy that specific flavor that the haze has.
Jack Herer was a great recommendation, and I almost would have said Blue Dream, but there's so much counterfeit Blue Dream out there that it's really kind of a crapshoot.
Yeah,
but
bro.
The original Santa Cruz, like Blue Dream, is an awesome sativa. Like get stuff done and not be wasted. It's perfect for me.
Nice.
I love that.
What do you think, Margaret? You're productive. You've got all these different podcasts. You got Bite Me. You've got the Murder with Margaret story podcast.
That's funny because I already answered your question. Were you not paying attention?
Oh,
he wasn't. Thinking about dark mode again.
Fuck.
You totally tuned me out. That's okay. I can repeat.
Oh yeah, because Chad was last, right? We no, Chad was last. Shit.
Okay.
Apologies, Margaret. Apologies. It's the whiskey.
Oh,
I got through half a bottle.
But
I got through half a bottle of whiskey in the last 2 evenings. Jesus.
It's only November 2nd.
What?
I know, right?
Shit. Don't judge me. God damn. Nice whiskey.
Mhm.
All right.
That's
It
right.
Classic.
must be.
And to be fair, the wife has had some as well. And she had some
Okay.
moonshine earlier, and then she wanted some whiskey as well. I'm like, have a moonshine and whiskey? She's like,
yeah.
well, I've had a month off as well, as well, you know, because
She just wants to mix it up a bit.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get after
And
it.
that's only
Yeah.
20% that moonshine as well, because it's mixed with flavors and stuff. It's just
You
nice.
missed an opportunity right there to say to her, "Do it, lady," and
Oh,
you
Oh.
didn't. You came with some
Damn it.
sarcastic shit.
Yeah.
damn it.
What?
Damn.
Yeah.
Sorry, I let you down, John.
Terrible.
I let you down.
You did. A lot.
We got we got another one from Irish here. He said, with the quality of LED bar lights these days, would a 300-watt fixture be enough to flower out a 4x4, or would 500 watts be needed? The microwave 500 watt would be on my shopping list if the 300 watt wouldn't cut it. Go for the 500. But I always like to say, and I've been using this saying so much this week, it's better to have too much than not enough. All right. So, you know, the 500 watt could be
You
there.
can
but you
dial
could-
it back.
yeah, lower it down a little bit. It's going to have a dimmer switch on that light. So put it on 80%. And then if you need
Yeah.
to bump it up to 90 or 100, then you've got it. But if you got 400 or 300, or you want to go here and you want to push it up to 4, you're not going to be able to do it, are you? So, no.
No.
Get the extra one, bro.
No.
If you can afford the extra one, get the extra one. Better to have too much than not enough. But what would you say on this, Margaret?
Yeah. Go big or go home.
Yeah. That's right. I suppose everybody agrees, you know.
Yeah.
If your budget can afford it, then yes,
Yeah.
definitely go for the 500. But if you
Right.
can't, then the 300 will do for now, you know, and you can
Mm-hmm.
push it further. I mean, 300 might be good enough to just smash it anyway. It usually
Yeah.
seems
Well,
the
it
way, like-
depends if you're filling it, right? Like if you only got one plant in there and you got 300 watts
mhm.
sitting over top of it, that's plenty, in my
Right.
opinion.
Yeah, man. What would you say, Chad? Would you use a 300-watt light in a 4x4? Or LED light, at least? Yeah.
If that's all I had, that I would, but I agree. 500 would be much better. I like the same idea of having more than you need, because even if it's more than you need for your current tent, you may upgrade tents
Mhm.
later, and now you still have a light that's going to work. You don't need
Very
to
true.
repurchase it again. The
Yeah.
dimmer, you know, it's there for a reason. And just in general, when it comes to LED, I kind of try to recommend about 35 to 40 watts per cubic foot or square foot.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's kind of a rough guideline there.
Mm-hmm. What are you saying, Billy? What would you do? Same, I assume?
Yeah, man, go for the 500. I'd even delay and save up that bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's worth the
Mm.
wait.
So there we go, Irish. Do it, lady. Invest. Invest. Get that micro array. And everybody I've seen growing with those arrays have always been very pleased with the results as well. Shane at Micro knows what the fuck he's doing, and he's made some high quality lights over there. So if you're looking for some, check those out. You know what I'm saying? So what we got next? We got one from Free. Sorry, Margaret, did I miss you out there?
No.
I'm
no.
just joking. I'm joking. You're first.
I was gonna say, seriously, you fucker, like twice
You
in
know
a
what I mean?
row.
Are you fucking high?
See, Margaret, this is why in my dream you didn't care.
You fucking with me?
Right.
Jesus. Anyway. First off, shout out to all those who participated. This is from Free Nugs, by the way, just to say that. First off, shout out to all those who participated in Sober October. It takes a strong individual to accomplish such a feat. Evening Macky and your granola mom month diet. I don't know. Free Nugs got this idea about just being eating granola all week like a fucking squirrel or something. Yeah, as
Well,
I
it's
said
because
earlier.
you cut out, like you said earlier today, you cut out everything that brings you any kind of joy in your life.
I like
Right.
granola.
Right.
But there's
Ma-
sugar in it, so you cut
Oh,
granola
thanks.
out.
That's
too.
right. Yeah, couldn't have it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was having just toast with salt on for flavor.
I will say, it is a big accomplishment to anybody who participated in
Yeah.
it.
Soggy toast.
Good
Oh,
job,
absolutely,
everybody.
absolutely.
Keeping
yeah.
commitments to yourself, and that's always a positive.
That's right. And he just started as
Yeah.
some random idea, like, yeah, I'm going to do this for Sober October. Anybody want to get involved? And there's like 12, maybe 15 people over on the forum all quit something to take part in Sober October. And it was much easier to get shit done then. It's like, you know, I mean, Greg's, that's a sandwich shop we have here in the UK. And it's like, oh, look at that fucking donut there. one of them yum yums covered in just like, bag
had
of
one yet?
Maltesers. No, I haven't. It's sugar just. The missus made me chocolate concrete yesterday, so that's my shit.
Chocolate
Whatever the hell
concrete,
that
fucking
is.
Oh, you
What?
you guys, you're missing out so much.
You know what I had yesterday, Mackie?
What's that?
Turkish delight.
I've never had one of these, and I don't want to. From what I'm hearing, like
No, that actually, it wasn't the rose flavored one you had, right?
No, it was like a mixed. It was a
Nice.
mix of flavors.
Because it's the rose flavored one. But in the UK, we get Turkish delight. Random tangent for the fucking listener mail, everybody. Bear with us for a second. But the Turkish delight we have it's rose flavored and it's got like chocolate over it and locum.
the
in
chocolate.
it.
Yeah, it's not supposed to have chocolate.
Terrible.
On it. That's just weird.
And we had that whole Macky tastes thing where I was experiencing all these new foods, and we did the one with the Turkish delight, and it was actually pretty fucking good. It's just that rose flavored one that's dire. Fuck.
Yeah, and it's not supposed to have chocolate on it. Actual Turkish delight isn't covered in chocolate.
That's right.
Sorry.
Actual Turkish delight is some good shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
okay.
Not the rose flavored shit in the purple fucking packaging you buy from Tesco, everybody. No. Avoid that shit. But if you go to a shop and they're selling locum, that's Turkish delight, but actual shit. Definitely try. Highly recommended. But for now,
Okay.
yeah, fucking granola free nugs. Jesus, bro. Jesus. Hello, high on homegrown, he says. When you are going to reuse your soil, do you rinse it first and then re-amend it, or do you just mix it all up in a bucket and go from there? I have one grow under my belt and I'm working on another, but I will want to recycle the soil I'm using for this grow. Should I put the soil in a bag, 15-gallon pot, and run water through it until it is flushed for a little bit? What do you guys think? Well, Billy, this one's for you, really. You're a soil grower.
Ooh,
How do you re-amend your shit?
I pull it out, put it onto a tarpaulin, right? Throw the amendment on it, give it a light water, and then give it like a mix.
Water?
Then put it in a light water, put it into the pot. It's going to go into like the 65-litre pot. And then I give it some more water until it's nicely moist. And then after it's like just sat there for a few days, then I can use it. But yeah, I wouldn't run it through or anything. Just re-amend and leave, and just keep it nice and damp. Like
you all know that
Keep
time
playing
when I was growing organically and I wanted to re-amend my soil, and I had some chicken manure pellets and some fish blood and bone, and I put it all in the bathtub with all the soil and just mixing it up in the bath. The missus was pissed, bro.
Yeah.
She was pissed. Why the fuck is all that 200 liters of soil in the fucking bath, you dickhead?
Yeah, that would have been a bit of a mess.
But yeah, you know, and I say I cleaned up, but you know, I did the man version of cleaning up. Like, it was close.
It was close. Okay, kind of like you made stew tonight, right?
You know,
like that.
Well,
kind of close?
I did make stew. Did I tell you? I did make stew today. I went to the kitchen. I stirred the stew the missus was making. I was like, let me stir that for you, and then that includes me contributing. Helped make stew. Made stew today. All right. Anyway, yeah. So it depends on what soil you've got as well, because you might want to do that whole no-till thing, and then you can just sprinkle stuff on the top and water it in. I wouldn't say watering it and getting because you said there's something about water. Should I run water through it until it's flushed out? It wouldn't be necessary to flush it. You want to try and keep stuff in there. You don't want to drain the stuff out. You want to try and keep the nutrients and stuff in there. So give it a watering, but not too much. It depends what you do. What would you do here, Chad? What would you recommend?
Or
For re-amending soil, you know, if you're re-amending
I'd recommend pressing the unmute button quicker. That's what I'd do.
Dang, I was pretty quick on that one actually.
Yeah, you was
Tried
pretty
not to
done
do it.
quite well actually. Yep, to be
the
fair.
fastest so far this evening.
Yep.
As you guys noticed in the pre-show, I have kind of a barky dog today, so I'm trying to do my best that you don't.
You just want to pull a Hassan.
I like what you were saying as far as using the tarp. I have used the tarp in the past. I want to move towards a kiddie pool, because sometimes when you're raking it, you keep snagging the tarp and it's a pain in the butt if you're doing like small quantities of soil. But I try to spread it out fairly thin. I don't want it more than like 3 or 4 inches thick. I don't know what that is outside of our system, but the reason I do that is because it helps you get it helps you get the your dry amendments or your ingredients more evenly dispersed in the soil. Because if you just have a 1 foot thick ball of soil there and you add all your stuff to the top, you're not going to mix it nearly as even as if you spread it out thinner, covered the top, and then just hand mixed it with your hands.
Yeah, that's why I like the tarpaulin. So I empty it into the tarpaulin so you can spread it out and spread all your mixture out and then clump it together again afterwards, sort of thing. So after it's spread out.
Definitely a better option than putting it all in the fucking bath and just mixing it.
That's the messiest,
totally
least effective way
don't
to
do
do it.
that.
And the back pain from just leaning over the bath for fucking an hour and mixing everything in. Oh gosh, still suffer now probably.
The cheat code, if you're using a tarp as well and you do have a small amount, is once you kind of mix it a little bit, you just start lifting the corners of the tarp and it will naturally fold itself over. So you can just like kind of keep tumbling it.
So
almost
I
like
do a lot,
tumbles clothes. Yeah.
Nice.
And then get your hand in the middle.
Yeah, a couple people in the chat, like Filmy Bowls, said use a concrete mixing tub, which is a good idea. And Firetop said a 50-liter tub with a lid so you can just fill it up and then roll it around to mix
50
it.
litres ain't enough though. That ain't shit. And not everybody's got a concrete mixing tub.
Well, no, but if you have access.
Jesus, the negativity.
People thinking outside the box here.
Or inside the
Outside the
50-litre
bathtub.
tub, you know?
Thinking outside the bathtub.
Just rub it in.
Pulling
rub
a
it
little,
in.
pulling a little cue from the chat here. They're mentioning sometimes it's hot or you need to wait. That's also important. Depending upon the ingredients that you're adding in or you're mixing in, you don't want to mix it and then bring it straight in and put your seedlings in it because things need time to kind of chill or work. So that's also important too. Something that I may have overlooked once.
Right.
They're all taking the piss out of me in the chat. Do you see them? Piss on bonfire. Why not, Macky? Wow, why so angry? Gosh, man. Just saying. Fuck yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyway, gosh.
It's gonna be okay.
It's
gonna be
that
I like
dark
the way you
part.
say they're all taking the piss when it is just one comment about that.
Well,
It was two. But
It was
still.
two.
the negative comments have the impact of 100 good comments. You know how it is.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Anyway. So we got
Macky, are you
one
feeling
more
attacked?
here. Yes, I'm being attacked, brutalized. Gosh. Anyway, look what Billy's saying slurs in chat now. Gosh.
Now he's just trolling.
But Adam Bum said here, and this is a good question. What should you consider when shopping for a light? What, PPFD or both? As much as possible. I mean, it's a difficult one. There's so many different brands of lighting out there nowadays. But what I would consider before I look at anything else is the reputation of the company making it. And then when you find the reputation is good enough, then you look at what lights they have. And then I'll just look for something that's slightly overpowered for the space that I have. That's the best way to do it. Like we said in the question earlier, you get the 500 instead of the 300 because you can dim that down if you wanted to. But I like to look for the LM301 diodes as well, the Samsung ones, because they are top of the range for the market for a while. I'm not sure because they're stopping making them, aren't they? If they haven't already, Samsung stops making the diodes, so we're gonna have to look for other ones like Epistars and things like that. So that needs to be taken into consideration as well. Make sure you're getting the right diodes. Also, try and avoid cheap Chinese lights, but it doesn't mean that they're bad either, because I've got Mars Hydro lights and they're Chinese lights, and man, that's fucking decent lighting. Done me good many times. So
Aren't they all made in China, technically?
Yeah, pretty much.
realistically.
In the supply chain?
Yeah. But HLG are made in the USA. That's where their factory is. But I'm sure they get many of their parts.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
from
all of
China
it is
and
from
assembly.
China. You know what I mean? Yeah, but they're probably just picking what they want versus them, just making a light and sending them out. Yeah.
So nowadays it's I mean, you used to just, because you have the 4x4 grow tent, that's what everybody should be growing in. the 4 foot by 4 foot, and that's what you would have used to put a 600 watt HPS in it. So you want to look for something equivalent of that. And there's so many things that are equivalent of it. But if you're growing in a 4 by 4, look for something that flowers in a 5 by 5. That's what I would do, because then you can at least reduce the light a little bit. You know. But what are you saying, John? What are you looking for when you're getting a new light?
I agree. Like I'm pretty much the same way. I look at who makes the light, and then I kind of just match my size, you know, like you said, go up a little bit. And then, you know, obviously I kind of have an idea of what watts I'm going to look for. And then I read the PPFD charts to see what they're saying, you know, and I do a lot of research when I'm looking at lights. I feel watch a lot of videos, reviews. The Micro guy, man, I've watched a million of his videos. I swear to God.
Yeah.
So yeah. But it also comes down to your budget too.
Yeah.
So if you can't afford the HLG, but you can afford a Miners Hydro that's similar, well, then I guess that's where you're going to be for now.
Just get the best one you can, innit? What are you saying, Chad? What's your thoughts on this?
I want to poo-poo on HLG a little bit right now, not because of the not because of the quality of the light, but because of the footprint of the light. Pretty much the most common footprint now is the bar style, and there's a lot of advantages from better air cooling to better distribution of light compared to either quantum boards or like the HLG Scorpions or the Diablos. So pretty much everything is kind of made in or coming from China in this retail sector. And there's about 4 or 5 known common companies. Stick with them. They have a track record. They're specific for cannabis. They have customer service that could kind of understand it. So yeah, I say stick with basically one of those major 5 companies. HLG is one of them, but in particular, my personal feelings, I don't like the footprint or the design style of their lights. So that's just me.
Yeah, bar lights are getting more. No, but bar lights are getting more and more popular, aren't they? You see people using those a lot.
Yeah.
And with the Micro as well. The Micro arrays, they're all interconnectable, so you can just use, you know, if you've got just a few seedlings, you don't need to power this huge light. You can just use one panel, stick it over the plants, and then as it gets bigger and takes more footprint, you add in more of these arrays to it as well. So that's another good factor, the fact that they can be linked together. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So, and like you say, the bar lights as well, because that's a reasonably new thing just come out over the last couple of years. But that's super cool as well. Technology is crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
It's good.
Always changing.
Yep.
Yeah. But still, I love that Scorpion Diablo. Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
They work good. They're good lights, but preferences.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I wish the only thing I'm like pretty much all my lights is I wish that the ballast was removable on mine.
Yeah.
And some are, you know, some of them out there are made that way. But yeah, that if anything, that would be I would want to do next would be get one that I could get that out of the tent.
Yeah, good points. Well, that's covered there. I think that's some good options. Anything to add here, Billy?
No, not really. But like Chad said, it's like there are 4 or 5 companies out there are good enough. Yeah. It's just as long as you get enough wattage for what you go for. The good companies have got good PPFD anyway with their lights. So you just go by the watt because they've done all the PP fucking FD stuff.
They've done the research, ain't it?
Yeah, if you know what I mean. Yeah, they've done that research. So it's more go for a reputable company with a decent light, and maybe save up an extra month or 2. Because that just make a big difference if you can go like you said, the 300 to 500 watts, just massive difference in what you can do. So you're better off just waiting that little bit extra and getting that bit extra wattage. Then the PPFD will come with that as well. So yeah, that's about it, really.
Cool. Anything to add to that, Margaret?
Yep.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, good answers.
Did you forget Margaret?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh right.
Might
Yeah,
have.
sorry. Yeah, might have done.
Just come back to be sure. You know?
Yeah.
But yes.
Anything else?
Lots of information there. That's an information-packed episode of Grow Guides. I think that's everything. Anything to add, or should we go to the outro? We good to go? We're good to go?
I think we could do the outro.
We're good, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Doyle rules.
Doyle rules. Oh boy, can't believe you haven't watched Mallrats.
I
That's all
probably
I
have. You
got,
know, if I
man.
watched it, I'd be like, "Oh man, I have seen this." Because Doyle Rules rings a bell.
Doyle rules.
love-
Billy Madison.
Yeah,
Billy
that's from
Madison.
Billy Madison. Yeah.
Oh right, okay, yeah. So yeah, I've seen Billy
Yeah.
Madison. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, it's a good session. Thanks to Chad for coming to join us, man. It's been ages since you've
Yeah,
been on the
man.
panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has. It's been
fun.
fun. Thank you guys for having me, and thank you guys for continuing to just be the people you are. I smile and my cheeks hurt every freaking time. Billy,
That's
not those
awesome.
cheeks.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no, don't encourage him.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I was waiting. I'm trying to unmute it, but I couldn't unmute it quick enough there.
Jesus. Jesus. But yes, good show. Lots
Holy.
covered. Lots covered.
Yes.
Yeah, man. It's
Lots.
good to not have sober October anymore. Jesus,
Yes.
it was tough. It was tough. I tell you. But glad it's done with. And I'm glad I can enjoy
Done
this
with.
delicious
Now you can move
I mean,
forward.
whiskey and Mighty together, just so fucking good.
Mhm.
It's just
Mhm.
so fucking delicious, man. Damn. It's nice to be able to appreciate it again instead of just assuming like it's a normal thing that everybody enjoys. Mm-mm.
Mhm.
The suffering is over. Well done to everybody who took part, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
But again, good show.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody. Anything to add before we move on? Just dark mode would be sorted soon, everybody. Don't panic.
No.
We're on that. We're on that.
Mackie's the only one panicking.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
really panicking. I just know I start getting messages like, "Oh, this is broken. That's broken." It's like, "Yeah, fuck, you're working on it. Fuck." You know.
So everybody go to your DMs right now and let Macky
Yeah.
know if dark
That's
mode is
right.
working for you.
Yes.
And
Yes.
don't link him to the page where it isn't working on. He likes
Thanks,
to find
Chad.
it
Yeah.
himself.
Thanks,
You're
Chad.
welcome.
Fuck.
You're
That
welcome.
is the
Yeah.
fucking thing I hate the most doing my job. Hey, this isn't working over here. Will you go fix it? Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What
Give me
page?
some fucking help, eh?
Where? Yeah. You got a screenshot? Something? You dick?
Yeah.
Let me know.
Well, we had a sane Macky for a month anyway. I don't know if you did there, Penny. I didn't know if you
I
did.
don't know.
No,
I think
no.
you were starting to lose it a little bit. You're
Yeah, I think it was.
like,
It was tough. It was difficult keeping the mind on track. You know.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right then, let's play the music.
Beautiful.
Let's do the outro. Let's wave, everybody. It's been a pleasure. Thanks again,
Waving.
Chad, and thanks everybody for joining us.
Yeah,
Hit the
thanks,
like button,
Chad.
subscribe, and
Bye,
make sure you
everybody.
subscribe to Margaret's new channel, Murder with Margaret's Stories. All right,
Well,
everybody.
there's also Bite Me Podcast.
And Bite Me Podcast, yeah, that's right. That's right. Until next week, everybody, stay high, stay safe. Goodbye.
Bye. See you.
See ya.